What is going on, guys? You already know what it is. Episode 29, Kai Beam Podcast. I am your host, Kai Beam, and I'm here with Elusive and Gomdo, of course, as usual. I mean, last episode, Elusive wasn't here because of the whole wisdom teeth thing.
I took that shit out.
Yeah,
I should have been on here talking while I was freaking under a little anesthesia. That would have been
bro would have been talking crazy.
Yeah, you really do talk crazy when you're fucking. Because I vividly remember that. Like, they hit you with some strong shit, man. Okay.
Yep.
Like, they really do.
You guys were online after you got done doing the podcast? You were like on PlayStation?
No.
I was online, but I don't know. Izzy didn't get on. No.
Oh, okay.
I was super tired, bro, because like
I bet.
I went over there, like, after they knocked me out, I got up, all my clothes was off.
What the fuck?
It's like, I'm just fucking around.
I was like, wait, what? What kind of dentist are you at? Nigga, like, what?
I'm just kidding, bro. But you know how much money I would get if that was what's going to happen? I would call it. I was
like, yeah, please tell me how I went to the dentist and all my clothes are gone. I don't know what happened to me while I was under. So, yeah.
Nah. But what topics are we getting into?
I don't know. Where you guys want to start, man? We have quite a
let's cut it. Let's go straight to the Spider-Man trailer because first of all, this thing got leaked. I saw it because of the fact that I was like, people were talking online. I was like, okay, I gotta see it. And when the first one I saw it was all CGI, was unfinished. I didn't see the last part of the Doc Ock thing because every time I kept watching it got cut off. Like, Sony knew exactly what point they wanted to cut off, and they were snatching that shit up every time I tried to watch it. But man, what do y'all think about this trailer?
Dude, I can't wait for this fucking movie. I really can't wait. Like, and I was just going around seeing like other people's reactions to like Rob. Like, I don't know if you watched his video. This nigga was freaking out. He was just like, oh, this is what I'm talking about. And that's the same feeling I had when you just see, like, because it's just crazy to have all the speculation and rumors just basically be confirmed. It's just like, we knew Doc Ock was gonna be there, but you know, there was still like,
he spoiled it.
Yeah, Alfred Molina legit spoiled it, but we weren't sure about, like, you know, Green Goblin, William Dafoe, and that's fucking awesome. He's gonna be there, and then, you know, we got Electro, and it's just like, dude, that shit is gonna be sick. And the crazy part about it is Tom Holland himself said, yeah, nigga, that's just the tip of the iceberg right there. This is gonna get a lot crazier. I said, oh boy.
I didn't like it.
Oh boy.
I didn't like the trailer.
Bro, you can't point out a single thing that you don't like. In fact, go ahead.
It feels like I've seen this before, man.
Nigga, no, you have not.
Alright, this
like,
nigga, bro.
Spider-Man somehow screwing up the universe and having shit goes wrong.
No, I want you to tell me, give me a reference to what other Spider-Man you have seen in media where he messes up the universe, because he is known as the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, not the friendly universe Spider-Man.
First of all, that Spider-Man show that was on Disney XD called The Amazing Spider-Man, and also The Ultimate Spider-Man, he did that to fuck up the entire universe where Green Goblin was trying to is it Green Goblin? But like Green Goblin for his ultimate mode, where he looked like a buff version of the Hulk, and he kept going from one universe to the other universe trying to like kill every Spider-Man.
They basically did Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about, but I just still don't see how you can say that you've seen this when they're doing a completely different thing, nigga.
Listen. This is Izzy.
I'm not gonna lie, just because it's live action, right? It's gonna be very interesting. I'm gonna enjoy it for what it is, but I don't think it's gonna live up to the hype.
Honestly, I said it before the first time the speculations came out, and I said it again. It's either going to be really good or it's going to be really bad. But the thing is I think because of the fact that Sony is keeping this thing under wraps, it's going to...
That's a good thing. I hope they don't show any more trailer. If they start showing trailer, because I know Sony, they'll do some stupid shit.
They'll probably do that. They'll
start throwing trailers out like left and right and shit. If they start doing that, then they're going to ruin the entire movie.
Well, because the thing is, I feel like they will. They probably will do one more trailer because it is very close to December, and I feel like they might tease Tobey Maguire at any point. You know,
Tobey
at this
and
point,
Andrew,
if
yeah.
you do not, I don't know. I don't think Andrew's gonna show up in the trailer. I think they're gonna have Tobey Maguire show up first, just
By the
to
way,
kind of give that.
who's in
give that
charge
little
of these
teaser.
trailers anyway? Sony or Disney?
I think Sony.
Yeah,
Sony's always in
Never
charge of
mind.
the
Fuck it.
distribution.
They're gonna fuck up. They're gonna fuck up and show. They're gonna show the entire fucking movie. Never mind.
Well, I don't know because the thing is, it's really
that trailer.
confusing because you have two different story arcs happening right here. You have One More Day, which is massively disliked in the comic book community, and then you have technically a Spider-Verse. And I really hate how people are doing this again. But Mephisto is not showing up. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
He's not
Wait,
showing
are
up.
people really?
Well,
No,
because
it's
the
not.
fact that people are like,
No.
cool, because in the One More Day comic book arc, because One More Day takes place after Civil War, after he like reveals his secret identity, he gets all this, backlash. Aunt May gets shot, so after he deals with all that, he tries to go to Strange. Something with that doesn't work out, so he goes to Mephisto instead. And Mephisto is like, I can make sure that you have your secret identity back, but I want your marriage, my nigga. I want Mary Jane. I want all those memories. I want that gone. And that's what happened. And that's why they think that Doctor Strange is weird, because they're like, is this guy Mephisto in disguise?
Which is funny
No,
because
the most I could see is it. Not to cut you off, Izzy. The most I
No,
could
you good.
see
Go ahead.
is maybe that evil Doctor Strange we're gonna see in What If. Maybe that's a stretch. Even I don't think. I think it's his hubris. Yes, he's just high on the fact that they beat Thanos, and he thinks he's at this point he can do anything, which clearly you can.
That man is like pretty much Iron Man with fucking magic.
Yeah, pretty much.
much.
Yeah. They're both
So
extremely
point, yeah.
arrogant. So yeah.
I mean,
Because even in the
that too.
original Doctor Strange, he was
Yeah,
the
he
same
was a
arrogant
douchebag.
fucking
Yeah, he was a douchebag.
douchebag doctor anyway. So that part of his character is not going to change overnight just because he became Sorcerer Supreme.
Right.
Well, I would say that too. Like, he was a dick, but he had a mission to protect the Time Stone, and now that that's not there anymore, he's just like, well, just gonna be chilling with my cape, with my puffer
Balling
jacket.
out.
This nigga
Yep.
fucking. They made artificial snow in their fucking sanctum. It's just like, what are you doing, bro? You guys are just having fun, aren't you? But I just love how Wong is just like, nigga, don't do the spell.
like,
I'm telling you.
For the
shouldn't.
Mephisto thing, right? If there's gonna be a Mephisto in there, he's not gonna appear until the end of the movie, and he's not gonna be the main villain if they go with that storyline.
I don't. Well, no. The thing is, though, is like
Because he will have
that
to
one-
transfer to Doctor Strange movie.
Well, no. The thing is, though, is like the One More Day thing is gonna happen like in the beginning, and then that shit happens to where the multiverse stuff occurs. Like the One More Day thing is just gonna. I feel like it's gonna be a really quick thing, and
Right.
the after
Just a
effects are.
MacGuffin.
Yeah, and then the after effects are going to be the Sinister Six from the multiverse and Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield, all
And
that
him
other
trying
stuff.
to fix everything, and then like
Yeah,
people
and
finally
that's
meeting
the-
Spider-Man, because from what it was
the whole
looking in
thing.
the movie, it's like everybody is like demonizing him and shit. So once the villains from all the other multiverse, because right now he hasn't built up his repertoire of villains yet. So if we start having multiverses villains of Spider-Man start popping up, then everybody's gonna realize how much they need Spider-Man. So instead of them being on his ass all the time about stupid shit, then they're probably gonna start cheering for him to like save them or whatnot.
Right. Yeah. The movie I think is going to serve as just a big lesson for Peter, because he's still green. You know,
Right.
the fact that you went to Doctor Strange and you thought that you could be selective with a spell where you're wiping people's memory. No, bro. It's
Well, he
you
didn't know
either
that.
You don't. You either don't.
To his advantage.
I guess so, but you either are down with the player, or you don't, and then he's just talking too much and it's breaking, Strange's concentration, and then that shit just went left. So now you got.
I mean, I ain't gonna lie.
Green Goblin.
I'm perfectly fine with that right there, just because of the fact that you're a teenager, you're indecisive as fuck. Like,
Right.
hell,
Yeah, you
there's
are.
some 20-year-olds that are still indecisive as fuck.
Yeah,
But
that's true.
I mean, Peter's definitely gonna go through his I am actually Spider-Man and I gotta do this shit on my own. If they do it, hopefully they do it that way, because what
I
I'm
hope
hoping
they do, because
is that they
at
do this
point-
thing where he's like, yeah, I am Spider-Man and I'm not gonna rely on Tony Stark
People-
things.
right.
or anything like that. Because after this is done, no one knows his secret identity. Not Shield, not Pepper Potts, not Happy Hogan, unless he wants to tell him again. But I mean, you got to think too. What could probably happen is if he gets his identity erased and he reveals it to Ned again, that nigga dies. He's gonna be like, well, shit, I can't do that anymore because he got blown the fuck up.
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure Ned
because they cannot go back to where he started at the end of this movie.
Yeah,
they gotta move forward. So in essence,
I gotta wonder,
once they complete that,
will he still be with MJ? She just won't know that he's Spider-Man.
I think she may be the only person he tells.
Yeah,
probably. I don't know. Probably not. I mean,
it depends how the
movie
movie
he was
goes.
Spider-Man. She was like already interested in him from the very beginning.
Right.
She just didn't want to say anything.
Right.
But if they're gonna be together, he has to tell her, and I think that's where like the other experienced Spider-Mans are gonna come into play, where they're gonna give him advice on how to be a better Spider-Man.
Right. Yeah.
Where like
I could see that.
He's gonna have both Andrew's perspective of Spider-Man and Toby's perspective of Spider-Man to balance that shit out.
Yeah. Bro, I just want Tobey Maguire to give him that speech, bro. Be the Uncle Ben. Give the Uncle Ben speech and say with great power.
That would be so cool, dude.
It would basically put this version of Spider-Man in a whole new light. Basically putting him back in that traditional Spider-Man point of view. So, one question I gotta ask you guys: do you guys think that in that trailer when that thing was trying to attack Peter, you think that was a lizard or do you think that was Venom?
I think it's a lizard. I don't think Venom.
I think it's Sandman.
Sandman.
You think it's Sandman?
Nigga, that's not Sandman.
I mean,
it's like
there's a lot of fucking dust. There's a lot of dust kicking around.
No. I'm talking about when
there's a scene
when Doctor Strange was doing the spell and he had to put up the shield. Something lashed at Peter, but it couldn't attack him because of.
I think it's one of those freaking dimensional monsters that Doctor Strange has locked up in his basement, where if he opened up the wrong. Yeah. Like in Shazam, remember when that guy opened up the wrong door and he tried to get mauled by some monsters and shit? Sorcerers always have this kind of pit of doom in that basement and shit, where like you're not supposed to open up doors you don't need to open up. Right. So I think it's one of those shit when Peter, like when he was walking through the corridor in the basement and he's seeing doors and he's curious trying to open up a door, and obviously since he has spider sense, if something trying to maul at him, he would dodge it. But it's one of those moments where like Doctor Strange is probably going to look at him and say, don't touch anything or don't open up any doors. But obviously, he's going to be walking, being Spider-Man or being Peter. He wants to fucking see shit. So he's probably going to open up the door and have something claw at his ass. So I think this one
I want to see stuff because this is like the first time we're actually seeing something in the Sanctum Sanctorum.
Right.
And I definitely don't remember a basement area. I mean, who the fuck knows what's in that area anyways, but...
Because Doctor Strange Sanctum Sanctorum is kind of like Dr. Fate house from the DC universe. Like, that morphs around. It's like a puzzle box. It kind of like shifts around like a Rubik's Cube. Which, like, with infinite space. So that's how the Sanctum Sanctorum is for Doctor Strange. It shifts around, so there's a lot of rooms and a lot of space in there that sometimes when you go in there without being invited, you will get lost.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. I didn't know that. That's pretty dope.
Yeah, Dr. Fate's lair is the same from DC Universe, where like if you go into Nobu's dimension, as they call it, but it's not really, it's just a pocket dimension, but it's pretty much his house. When you go in there without being invited, you will get lost, like infinitely lost in the rainbow.
Oh shit!
I forgot who came first, Doctor Strange or Doctor Fate.
Fate.
Fate came first. That makes sense.
Okay. Yeah,
well, honestly, I just think that this is gonna be. This actually might fuck up the rest of the movies coming out this year as far as Marvel goes, because it definitely put people's attention directly on Spider-Man and not Shang-Chi or Shang-Chi.
Right. They should have let Shang-Chi marinate first before they actually released that Spider-Man trailer. Because I don't know why movie companies do that, where they take away thunder from their own fucking shit. Like Marvel,
I don't think they had a
Sony
choice,
weren't talking.
They didn't. The leaks forced their hand. That's what it was.
Oh, somebody leaked the trailer?
Yeah, that's what that's what we're talking about in the beginning,
That's
bro.
what I just said. I said the leak came out on like Sunday or Monday. Actually, no, it came out on Sunday. And then I was like, okay, they're either going to release this on Monday or Tuesday because of the fact that it released so much information practically. They have no choice. Because I think what they wanted to do was release this during the Shang-Chi.
Yeah, that would have made the most sense because then that would have drove everyone would be like, yo, you see that Spider-Man trailer? You got to go see Shang-Chi to see it.
They kind of screwed themselves then.
Yeah.
Whoever was working there screwed themselves because, man, they're going to get fucking spiked in the chest by Kevin Feige.
I mean, I'm still going to go see Shang-Chi just because the reviews that I saw basically said it's almost like they didn't say like a hard reset, but it's different kind of like that's the kind of reason I like Doctor Strange the movie so much. It's just not traditional MCU. They said the martial arts is like really good, the choreography is like really good, and obviously there's some end credit scene shit that you want to see as usual with any Marvel movie. So yeah, I'm looking forward to Shang-Chi, but obviously Spider-Man is they've hyped that to no end. So that's gonna get more play for sure. I don't foresee Shang-Chi doing that well, honestly.
Which really sucks because of the fact that like Shang-Chi, is like one of the first Asian superheroes on live screen, and that isn't going to be done poorly because, they're not doing so well as far as representation. I mean, not Marvel. I'm just saying like other.
I heard the movie was decent.
Yeah, it's decent. Yeah. Like Beam said, like they apparently do things a lot differently because MCU fighting is really weird to me.
Shaky cam.
Shaky cam. Oh god, especially Black Widow, and just the fact that everyone sort of knows kung fu in a way, but not really. Whereas like Shang-Chi, yeah, you getting like tiger fisted in the chest or something like that. Like
he will fuck that shit up. Nigga was fucking training since he was a kid, so. And now, not to mention, you have the Mandarin, a fucking douchebag, as your dad, trying to groom you into being the next Mandarin, basically. So, yeah.
But overall, yeah, I'm so glad this trailer came out. We in here, Spider-Verse.
Yes, sir.
For real this time.
So what is this? I see Doctor Strange 2 with the Foxverse and people something with Jean Grey. You up here?
Oh, so like as soon as that thing came out, Doctor Strange 2 rumors came out too, and they were basically saying that not only is Doctor Strange going to combat Scarlet Witch, but he's going to be fighting someone in the Foxverse. A lot of people are thinking Phoenix Jean Grey, which I don't know if that happened, but if it does, I would just be dumbfounded how well they'll do it, just because of the fact that we have never gotten a good Dark Phoenix version on screen. Like,
no, and honestly, I kind of hope it's not Jean Grey. If they're gonna do anybody, just not that. Save that for like when you guys like build it up, and then you can do like the Dark Phoenix saga properly, so you can have like 2 or 3 movies in that bitch.
I mean, well, because the thing is, like the reason why I don't care is because if you don't know the Dark Phoenix by now, just read the comic books. Like you get a pretty good idea of who Dark Phoenix is or who Jean Grey is. It's just, to me, it's just like I want to see them use her powers correctly. Well, actually. Yeah, correctly. Like, don't do that confetti shit. Don't have people turn into dust like they did in the actual Dark Phoenix movie. Like, actually utilize her powers the way they're supposed to. Because other than that, I mean, yeah, then just choose someone else if it's that difficult. But it really should not be.
Yeah. I just don't think they should. The only reason I say what I say is because I don't think they should relegate. Because think about it. How would Doctor Strange fight? Because the Phoenix is supposed to be like this overwhelming force. I don't see how he would even survive that fight, to be real with you. I feel like he would try.
What kind of setup do they have to do to make that happen? It's just going to be all over the place.
Yeah, kind of setup. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. They should just say
like how they're going to introduce. Are you talking about just the Phoenix Force or actual Jean Grey with the Phoenix Force? Because I couldn't understand if this is just the Phoenix Force.
This is just speculation because it might not even be Jean Grey, but it's just like the way I see it, it's just like they're past the universes and they have to fight Jean Grey, who's Dark Phoenix, for a split moment. She's not the actual villain.
No, I'm
No,
just
I
saying
think the
though,
actual
if they're
villain
gonna
is
do
Shuma
that,
Gorath.
are
It's
they
not
gonna
Shuma.
actually have like a Jean Grey from a different like the X-Men universe, or are they just gonna have just the Phoenix Force from the just the Phoenix Force in general, and they're fighting the Phoenix Force, and eventually like they just leave or whatever, or have to run away from the Phoenix Force. You know what I'm saying, right? Like the
Yeah.
Phoenix Force
Yeah.
hasn't possessed anybody yet. It's just a big ass fire bird in the sky and shit called the
Well,
Phoenix
they did
Force,
say
Cosmic
they did.
Force or whatever.
Yeah, they did say someone, not something. So like, who
Oh,
knows?
they're gonna
I'm
fuck
really
that up.
just not gonna. Well, I mean, I don't know, because like, who knows? Like, who knows is actually gonna be there? Because if it's not Jean Grey, then it's definitely someone of that similar caliber
Right.
who can combat
I mean,
against both.
considering the amount of overpowered ass character that is
Like,
gonna be in
shit,
Doctor
Magneto.
Strange, they have to have
Magneto could be a
somebody.
good fight. Why not?
They have to have somebody equivalent to make it into a villain, you know? Because
I mean,
Scarlet
Dark
Witch
Phoenix
and
is
Doctor is
pretty.
already fucking overpowered as shit. Yeah, that's why I said like you need somebody of equally overpoweredness to like, you know.
It might be. I mean, not even Jean Grey specifically. It might be Rachel Grey, like, or Rachel Grey, or one of the daughters, like one of her daughters, because she
They're
became the
not
Phoenix Force.
they're not gonna make it Nick Gray because that nigga
No, no, no,
way
not
too
Nick Grey.
overpowered
His
anyway,
sister, his sister,
right.
because she was the one when they did Avengers versus X-Men. And then, like, the thing is, though, this is all Fox universe, so like none of this shit is
we
even
might see
relevant
Deadpool.
because
That would be sick.
we might. I mean, we have no idea because whatever happens in this Fox universe at this point, we ain't gonna see that ever again.
Nope.
They're done. They're dead. So like whoever they bring up there, it really doesn't matter. All I know is that Deadpool is somehow popping in through the universe. I don't know how. Might be through this, but
Yeah. I just can't wait till we get to the point where Deadpool could just start popping up all over the place and just generally annoying people. Be like, man, get the fuck out of here, man. Like, you're just, please, I need some peace and quiet. It's like, come on, man, I just want to have some fun. Come out with me. Oh, that was Ryan is such a good casting call for Deadpool, man. I can't wait for Deadpool 3 and just to see how crazy that's gonna get, if he's gonna have any crazy cameos. Because honestly, when he did that Korg thing, that kind of threw me off. I was like, what the fuck? Like, what?
yeah.
So yeah, it's just gonna be interesting if they have some A-listers come through. That'll be crazy. But yeah, I'm looking forward to all this shit, man. I guess tying it with the MCU though, since we're here, it's not anything serious. I don't know why I just said anything, but anyway, Letitia, right? She was filming Black Panther 2, obviously, but she got injured, minor injuries, but she's good. That was just a small thing, but
You know what that means?
yeah. What?
Sherry's getting she's definitely gonna become Black Panther now, because if she's getting injured on set, it means she's doing more stunts, and only like the star, like whoever is like mostly gonna be like the Black Panther is gonna be doing a lot of stunts like that. So,
Well, I mean, they could have just have her get blown up in her office, and she has to do like a 360 flip or something.
Yeah, I don't think a minor stunt is gonna get her injured. She's a professional, so you gotta be doing something complicated to get yourself injured.
Well, I mean, I don't know. Like, they'll probably talk about it. I mean, the Black Panther, the movie, or the Black Panther 2, is going to be one of the most mysterious movies as far as like how they're going to go about it until they actually give a brief synopsis or even like a trailer or something like that. We have no idea what's going on.
Yeah, that movie is definitely shrouded in mystery because it's just what are, like you said, what are they gonna do? You know, with Chadwick, may he rest in peace. Like, damn, gone too soon, and then it's like there's just a lot of things up in the air, man.
Yeah. Also, that what if episode with him playing Star-Lord kind of hit me at the end there when they just made a tribute to him. I'm like, damn, this man is really gone, man.
Yeah, it's so
I mean, we're gonna hear his
unfortunate,
voice in 3 more episodes, but still, it's just like They did that right. They did him justice with that right there.
Right.
They did.
I'm just glad that he got the chance to voice a character that he's been dedicated to since he first debuted. Like, that's, yeah, massive respect.
That man was like, he was such a fucking talent, man. Like,
yeah.
Oh,
he's a
legend in acting,
and he was a beast. Yeah. This entire time, this man was filming anything he was doing, he was in pain.
Yeah,
like
fucking
no one knew. Like the strength that takes is immeasurable, honestly.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Speaking of that, I really wish that he got the chance to film the Yasuke. Like, that was something I was really looking forward to because I just knew he would have had that charisma and got the chance to do that. But yeah, got to keep Stanfield instead. Yeah. I would say though too, since we're still talking about Marvel, that What If episode was fucking brutal.
Yeah, dude, that shit was pretty wild.
The most recent one,
the third
one where it was like a murder mystery. I was like,
yeah,
oh my God.
Dude, that had me rolling, bro. I don't know why I found it hilarious where all of them was just dying one at a time. Like that just had me laughing the entire time, man.
That's what happens
when
Phase 2 niggas go up against Phase 1 guys.
Yeah, when Hulk exploded, I was like, bro. And then Betty Ross, she said she's not supposed to die.
I said, hold up, because I was wondering, I was like, how is Hulk supposed to die? I thought they're going to just kill Mark Ruffalo as a human somehow. But the fact they made this guy heart explode. Yeah, he turned into a balloon and he just turned into this green Gatorade.
I couldn't stop laughing, bro. Like, that entire shit had me die laughing. I don't know why I found it so funny.
That shit is crazy. Because, if you think about it, though, because, I was listening to Emergency also talk about it. They basically made it to where in this universe, Hope was with Black Widow when she was doing her Odessa mission, which is when the Winter Soldier attacked Black Widow, so which means the Winter Soldier ended up killing Hope, which that's just hilarious. But this nigga Hank Pym, he went off the deep end, man. This nigga looked pale as shit. He said, I want to take away what you took from me. He
looked so crazy, man. Like
I was just like, God damn.
That shit. I mean, and he doesn't even know that his wife Janet is
alive.
Trapped.
Yeah. I mean, he's probably never not going to. I'm assuming he's gonna die.
Never.
The Asgardians are gonna kill his ass.
Yeah,
they're gonna behead him and stick it and cup out his skull and use it for fucking ale.
Yeah, probably. And that's the other thing too, is just the fact that Loki, he got his time to shine, but he's just like, I think I'll extend my stay.
Yeah, and then this nigga just proceeded to just have the easiest conquering ever.
Yeah, bro, you mean to tell me that he got the weekend and conquered the whole world? This nigga went global and just said,
I'll stay a while.
Yeah,
he basically edited his verse and everything, his little speech, just said, you guys were made to rule, and I'm the one to do it.
I mean, he's not wrong. That man successfully created world peace.
Yeah, he did. He was just like, they all united
and give every human a purpose. I don't see what's so bad about it.
Which makes me wonder, though, is how is he going to, if that universe continues, how would they fare against Thanos? Because he's never going to interact with Thanos at all, so he's never going to be sent to New York to get the
which means that
Time
might
Stone or any of the other stones.
That might jumpstart Thanos just going around doing it himself early on, and they're definitely fucked if he does that. Because you think about it, their team at this point consists of Captain America, Captain Marvel, and maybe Black Panther if they could even find this nigga, which they're probably not. And you're not gonna have Spider-Man yet either. So that and
team, it wouldn't even be actual T'Challa being Black Panther. It would be his dad.
Right.
So that's the other thing. And then on top of that too, his armor, because Shuri didn't make the kinetic absorbing armor until the actual Black Panther movie. So this guy's gonna get clopped. He's gonna get clapped in the side of his head. The little cat mask gonna get cracked and fractured. He's gonna fall there lifeless. No, they're not gonna survive. Absolutely not.
Thanos is just gonna have a fun time. He's like, well, and then that shit is over. Everyone's just gonna wonder why everyone's disappearing, and they're never gonna find out. Then this nigga's just gonna go to his little planet, and that timeline, he'll actually be happy because he'll just be sitting there making food and shit with his fucking fucked up arm, just having a smile on his face, thinking the work.
He's gonna talk about a mission well done.
Literally sitting in his potato sack clothing and stuff like that, just making some oatmeal.
It's just so funny. It's just so funny to think this nigga died before he could even eat, bro. This nigga was trying to just have a good time. You know, he fucked up his arm. His face is all messed up, all cracked. Can't even do shit no more. And
they knocked him over, and he like ran into his bowl of oatmeal. Like, they disrespect.
Can't have that man eating breakfast properly.
And then he also chopped his arm off too. So
I mean, it was his bad arm, but still, it was just
can't hold the bowl no more.
They literally just like came through, pull up through a crippled, disabled Thanos. Nigga don't even got an ear on the other side of his face, and they're just like, yeah, where are the stones?
Reduced to atoms. But he said reduced to atoms. The looks on all their faces.
Bro, if you told me the only hope I had was reduced to atoms, I am heartbroken. That is awful. Yeah, I feel the same way. That's the reason why Thor cut his head off. Because he's just like, man, I fucked up so bad, and my chance of succeeding and changing it was reduced to atoms. Dog, nah.
Yeah,
no.
That shit is funny, man.
Oh my god.
And that's funny, like in that What If episode 2, where he was just making light of the entire genocide that he committed. Yeah. Kept trying to spin it off as him just helping the universe. My nigga, no, man. You did not help the universe with shit. You fucking psycho. You killed a bunch of people. Talking about he was cleansing the universe.
He basically turned into a dad. He basically was like a dad who peaked in high school and just said, I had this vision, but it would have worked.
Right.
These guys didn't listen to me.
And honestly, so that's crazy.
He got to live vicariously to his kid now.
We got to see how badly he fucked Nebula up because, damn, she looked drastically different, man.
Like she got a nice flowing hair over here.
Yeah, she basically
has a happy personality.
Yeah, she basically was like, look like Gamora right here, and then this nigga said, yeah, you keep fucking up, and then just fucking
drilled her completely and took all her body parts away and make her completely like look like a fucked up Dom Melage over here without any of the
basically. Yeah. I do hope. I wanted to say I do hope eventually it probably won't ever like be this season, but maybe like season 2 or 3 of What If, because I don't know how long they're gonna do that. But I kind of hope they do the What If Thanos won. Like, that shit would be crazy because they could just be as brutal as they want. Because in the comics, in that What If where Thanos won, that nigga just went around killing everyone, dude. Yeah, he just didn't care. So
I wish they would get as graphic as that, but since it's more marketed towards like kids, they can't go as graphic. You're never gonna see a character ripped in half like that.
Because even with the murder mysteries, they always did a cutaway every time the characters died. Even when Hulk got exploded.
Yeah, because that should have been red and green. Man, Christmas.
And honestly, Black Widow probably got turned into paste, realistically, because of how strong.
Hell was probably the worst one, just because of the fact that you didn't even see what happened.
Yeah, all you heard was
she literally was just like, "It's home,
it's home." Oh,
yeah. She's just getting tossed through the encyclopedia section of a library.
I'm pretty sure she got her fucking head knocked off.
It's so crazy the fact that they did this, and then they put him in a casket. I don't even know how you managed to put Hulk together in a casket, because he just got jellified. He seriously did. He got jellified. I wasn't sure if that was air that he got turned into, if that was just liquid, if he just got completely liquefied. Because the scariest thing, it was not really scary, but it was just like a what is going on moment, is seeing Hulk in fear, and he doesn't know what's going on. He's just like, oh, you big, but not like this.
No.
And then, yeah. Oh man, when Betty collapsed, she's like, "That's not supposed to happen."
And at first, I didn't even realize that scene was from the actual Hulk movie. Like, I didn't even realize. I was like, "Oh shit!" So they kind of like blended that together, and then Black Widow's doing her little investigative shit over here.
Well, because a lot of people somehow don't realize that Iron Man 2, Incredible Hulk, and Thor happened in the same week.
You're right.
That's crazy. I didn't know.
Yeah.
That.
I didn't know that either. But that's interesting how they actually made it that way though.
You remember that scene? I'm not sure if you guys remember, but that time where Hulk was in that little cave area, and then like lightning was like just going all crazy.
I don't know.
Right.
That was Thor.
That was Thor arriving, right?
That's what they were alluding to. Yeah, that's what they were alluding to. Because it all took place during that same time frame. And then after that, that's when they found Captain America. It was just, oh man, that's gonna be crazy. He's just gonna be like, yeah, welcome back, Captain. There ain't shit here. But
but a bunch of dead ass people.
Yeah.
Oh god, yeah.
I am looking forward to next week though for the Dark Doctor Strange.
Yeah, I'm assuming
zombie hunting Spider-Man.
I'm assuming though, like because like that nigga's name, he didn't take Sorcerer Supreme. His literal name is Doctor Strange Supreme. So I'm just assuming.
Nah, he's probably the ruler of his Earth or the ruler of his dimension.
No, I'm pretty sure he is.
Or his universe.
He probably was just like, yeah, you know what, Ancient One.
I'm so powerful for this.
I'm gonna go ahead and just strip you of your shit. And
right.
Yeah, this shit is mine now.
So
yeah, that shit is gonna be funny. I'm pretty sure. I can't wait. It's been good so far. So
yeah. You want to get into like gaming stuff real quick? It's kind of like a lot. It's kind of like a lot going on in gaming.
Right.
Yeah.
Gamescom.
Gamescom. Which first I want to say though too is Twitch. You fucking suck. For some reason, you still have yet to do anything about those racist raids. And the fact that one of the solutions that you proposed was to just take the black tag off of people who are people of color, take that off their profile so they don't get listed is fucked up. And you need to make that shit chop. You need to fix that shit. People on September 1st are gonna do this protest, where they're not gonna stream until they fix this issue, and I'm 100% supportive of it. Twitch, nigga. Fucking fix it.
Everybody or what?
Bro, most, if not a lot of black streamers on Twitch are getting these racist hate raids, and Twitch is just like, well, just go ahead and do it like this. All these just simple band-aid solutions that aren't even gonna solve the real symptoms, and they're just like, well, just go ahead and just do that right there. And then the most recent thing that I heard was that they just said, yeah, just take the black tag off until we fix the issue, or take the black tag off, and then maybe you won't get targeted or something along those lines. Wow. But it's just like you're willing to do that, but you can't do the simple things of just making sure that stuff doesn't happen.
Do you see what I be talking about with these corporations, man? When something like, just watch, as soon as they start losing revenue, they're gonna be fast to jump on trying to nip that in the butt. But right now, they're not losing shit, so they're not. Guess
what happened to OnlyFans too? That's exactly the same thing with OnlyFans too. Is you missed it because for a brief moment, people who are relying on their fat ass for pictures and stuff like that were in fear for their income. But then because of the fact that the backlash was so severe, OnlyFans, the guy decided to reverse it, and he was just like, yeah.
Wait, what was happening?
He was basically gonna ban any pornography.
Yeah, he was doing what? He was gonna ban pornography and like explicit content. And at first he was gonna say, we're just not gonna have porn, but you can have like nudes. But we knew what was gonna happen with that eventually. But it was so negatively received because it was so stupid that he said, yeah, I take that back. Like, fuck the banks. I'm gonna keep doing this. So You're right. It is those corporations.
He was gonna ban like nude and explicit pictures and shit like that.
He was gonna ban the thing that got him the most money. That was basically what OnlyFans is known for. Because essentially, what he was trying to do is he was like, you know what? I want OnlyFans to be more family friendly.
What the hell are you talking about, G?
Yeah, he's like, I want it to have it to where if you have like a workout plan or you have like an art thing
Bro,
going
people already
on,
have YouTube and all this other outlets for that shit.
Right.
Patreon,
come to OnlyFans for that crap.
OnlyFans is just if you wanna have a fapathon, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, but it's just like you're right. Those corporations that do shit like that, where they backpedal because they know
you gotta go for that money,
decision.
bro.
That's what I'm
Once
saying.
you go for that money, then that's when you're gonna be talking gas with these people.
That's what I'm saying. So like
or
Twitch,
on gas.
fix this quick because I don't know what's taking so long. This is really stupid. Yeah. Half of the people that I watch in there, they're literally taking breaks because of the fact that they can't even fucking play or can't even stream because of the fact they keep getting called the hard R over and over again.
Because like that's another thing that with Twitch, I know because like over time they've gotten so used to having how do I say this? Like people have like their own moderators in their stream because it's much more controlled in that manner. But don't they have like a general like filter / modding system where if people like use hate speech and shit, like they can get blocked and stuff like that?
There are like different types of text modes. You have sub mode, and you have like only emoji text only, which that's something that one of the people that I follow, he did. He was just like, you know what, from now on, I'm just gonna do sub mode only until this shit's fixed. So you're gonna have to pay me to be racist,
right? And
you can fuck off somewhere,
right?
But that's the thing, though. Like there are some people where like they don't have enough of that follower / sub to have that kind of thing going, you know. So they cannot take that chance. They cannot take that chance to do that because they need every comment in there until people can like sub to that channel and stuff. So they can't really like afford to like just say only sub can comment because that's how you lose viewership right there. So.
That and then it's just really make it twice as hard for people who are just starting out to try to gain followers because it would definitely just not be a good look, even just not even on a advertisement perspective. Someone just who's never seen another person before, or if someone is new to a new content streamer who's just starting out and they just see all this racist stuff, they can be like, "Oh, you clearly attract negative energy." I'm just kind of seeing it as a person as like. Who's just not fully aware of the situation. They might see it like that, but
I hope like most of the big name streamers actually like band together and actually boycott
that's what the protest is for on the first.
If they don't do it, then like this thing is not gonna gain any traction and Twitch is not really gonna do shit about it.
That's the reason why September 1st they got this protest to boycott it because like I said, I'm 100% with it. So there's that.
I hope that movement becomes successful because at this point that is just stupid.
It's really dumb.
Fuck Twitch, dude.
Yeah, but I do want to say there's these games on Gamescom got announced. I don't think Black Myth was part of it. I'm not sure, but man, it's just like there are like two what the fucks, and there's like the two games that I'm like looking forward to. Like, I'm interested in seeing this Dokkev game. It's made in South Korea. The same guys who did Crimson Desert and Black Desert. If you see the trailer, it looks like Monster Hunter with Pokemon all put together.
Yeah.
Completely free roam. It looks really nice. I mean, it looks very kiddish, but you know, at this point in like gaming, if it just looks interesting, I'll play it. Like I don't really care. Like there's some things that probably would annoy me or something like that, but I mean, if the combat is smooth, I'm for it. Black Myth, Wukong, they I said that like Sylvester the Cat, goddamn. They did a 12-minute gameplay trailer if you guys could check that out. That game is polished. That game is polished as shit. It's not gonna come out until 2023. I know for a fact this will probably not be receiving L just because of just from the looks of it. I don't know.
They're taking their time too. Like it's not.
They're taking their time, and this isn't like your average developer. These guys are from China. Like
that game looked really, really ambitious as hell, though. But I just hope, even though like it looks as, I hope it plays as well as it looks, because there are some games that would just look really great then, and like the gameplay seems fun to watch, but then eventually you get your hands on a controller, it doesn't translate well. So
the only reason why I have my faith in this is because the fact that Chinese games, even mobile Chinese games, are like really well detailed and intuitive as far as like gameplay mechanics, and they take pride in their work. They're not like us over here, where they're just like, yeah, copy these assets right here and just go ahead and just push it out, just push it out. Yeah, and just change the color. They won't do that. Like, and the same thing I can tell from Dokev right here, or Dokev, whatever the heck's actually called. They don't seem to just be going off of like, oh yeah, we're here for money. Like, no, these guys are here to tell a story. They got pride motivating them right here, or pride of what they're doing, and the motivation to see people happy. So there's that. And then, did you guys see the Saints Row reboot?
I saw.
Yeah, I saw it.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm not feeling it.
I understand what their general statement is, that they're trying to go back to like Saints Row 1 and 2 vibes, which I understand, because they themselves acknowledge that they wrote themselves in a corner, which Saints Row has always been pretty goofy, especially like I got into the series like late, like 3, and I played 4, and it just got to the point where it was just like, I don't really know where you guys are going with this, to be real. And I mean, I don't want to prejudge this. It looks weird. I'll wait to see some gameplay. I'm not gonna pick it up day one, of course. Not, fuck no. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. It just looks average, honestly. Like, it was just a animated or not CGI trailer. Like, you know what I'm saying, you know, you can't ever take CGI for face value anymore.
Well, they did show some gameplay trailer, which like it still leaves me on the fence. So like, the reason why I just don't like it is because it looks so generic at this point. Like the whole theme of having it looks like Watch Dogs, basically. Just to kind of put it in a quick terms.
Case, no.
It looks like Watch Dogs 2, or it looks like a CW game, because if you're talking about gangs right here, why the fuck do we got a guy looking like Urkel from Family Matters? Like, this is my own like personal thing right here that I just don't like. I just don't like it when I keep seeing the same black archetypes over and over again, where it just seems like there's no diversity in how people look who are actually black. You got this one chick who's called the Boss. Chick has the same haircut as Bangalore from Apex, except that it's permed. Like, do we all look like that? Like, do all black women look like that? Who are
apparently game characters always have to look edgy. You can't have like normal looking fucking characters in games now for black people if they don't have an edgy look to them.
Does edgy always involve having a side asymmetrical bob cut?
Oh, mohawk or some stupid ass other shitty hairstyle.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not trying to just hate on this game because of the fact that I was like I'm a Saints Row fan. No, I'm not a Saints Row fan like that. I've only played 3 and 4. Didn't even like 4 like that. But it's just the fact that they keep doing this shit right here, where they just say, oh yeah, we have a diverse cast of characters, but we got fucking, like I said, Steve Urkel and then Bangalore with the perm, just touching down on Earth right here, collecting black market shit. I'm not for it. It.
I just hope like that actually has like a fun gameplay, because at this point, if they're just gonna re-etch and iterate the same shit in the Saints Row gameplay without evolving the series, then they might as well not release that game at all. Because like, as much as we can say we're tired of Grand Theft Auto and Grand Theft Auto Online, but every time a Grand Theft Auto game releases, it always adds something just new enough to make the series fun. So if they're not gonna like right off the bat, if they're gonna release a Saints Row game, it has to it has to have everything basically that you can do in Grand Theft Auto and more.
Yeah.
In my opinion, that's the entire reason. Like right off the rip with Cyberpunk, it pissed me off completely because all the basic shit that you would think you could do, none of it was in there. So if you're gonna release a kind of game like that at this point in like 2022 or 2023 and beyond, you gotta have those kind of mechanics in there. If you don't, then yeah, just don't release that kind of game because it's not gonna be. You know what everybody's gonna be comparing it to Grand Theft Auto right off the bat.
Right.
People are comparing this to Fortnite. They're not even comparing this to Grand Theft Auto.
That's what they're comparing it to?
Dog,
I'm definitely not gonna buy that
like
shit.
that.
Yeah.
Like I said,
it does look like
Fortnite. It looks like Fortnite and Watch Dogs 2 put together. And like I said,
I mean,
the thing that just turned me away is the fact that you're looking at this trailer right here, and they look like Team Flash. They literally look like Team Flash, and they only have like one perky character who is just completely separate from the rest, and it's just this random dude with no shirt on with the Daft Punk helmet. Like, come on.
I mean, like, that entire gameplay cinematic trailer did not get me hyped for that game at all. I mean, it was cool and all if it was some kind of anime or whatnot, but it's not something I would go out of my way to watch. It was just, yeah, another Saints Row game. Do I really care? No.
Yep, pretty much.
I mean,
I think
it's forward to Saints Row 5 the most over a reboot.
Yeah, it's just, I think this is also just subject to the fact that I just think it came too late, man. It's been so long since the last Saints Row game. It's just like, it's like Izzy said, does anyone really care? No.
I mean, see, the thing is what you can do with this right here. It's a perfect, and I mean, I could be wrong. People might not like it, but you're dealing with a game that thrives off of the mechanics of gang territory, essentially corporatalism and capitalism. What is the worst thing going on today?
That's true.
All those things.
Yep. It's true.
And you're telling me you can't make a game that's based off of that? So I'm seeing it right now. Someone says you can build your criminal empire the way you want to. Someone says in Disneyland. Like, it's so simple. I'm telling you. Like, I just don't understand.
It's funny though because every time people make these kind of games, there are so many creative minds on the internet that could give them ideas, but somehow, not only even in games, like even in movies and shit, like sometimes fans come out with a better idea than fucking producers and like developers and shit, which is just like funny to me because if these fans could come up with an idea, why couldn't you, as the professional who's getting paid for this shit, take that fan idea, give them credit for it, then incorporate your own creativity in there and make it better?
All right. I mean, they don't do that. I mean, the only studio I feel like that have done that is probably Dead Space, or is it Dead Space, the remake that they're trying to do, where they're like, yeah, we took some
from the ground up and they took like the improvements from the games that came after and like incorporated in there, like the low quality of light changes and shit.
Yeah.
At least that's what they say. But I'd have to get my hands on the game to see if that's actually true. Because again, it's fucking EA. Can't trust these motherfuckers with shit.
Unfortunately, like I'm pretty sure we talked about it last week. Actually, it's just like you just can't ever trust these game companies anymore. Man.
Nope. They will say stuff then.
You just can't be excited.
I just can't be excited with stuff like this because just like I just don't like the idea of, you know, you're basically trying to appeal to a new audience, but you have a prior audience and you're kind of just disregarding that.
I mean, how many times have we seen that though? Really,
we're seeing that a lot though. You're right. It's a trend. It's an ongoing trend.
And it's not a trend that works either. But
it's not.
For some reason, people keep fucking doing the same shit over and over.
I mean, you know what comes to mind in that? You already know what I'm thinking. Last of Us, nigga. They fucking, you had a whole fan base who was behind you here for one thing, and then you don't care. You're catering to other people, and you just alienate everyone else. It's like, I don't know why you think that you guys have to do that. You have a core fan base already that makes you fucking
Assassin's
money.
Creed.
Assassin's Creed too, but for me,
Assassin's Creed is the best example.
It just hits in the heart, man. Fuck Last of Us 2. Even though I'm about to replay that shit because I have a PS5
I'm
now.
not gonna lie to you. I'm not as passionate as The Last of Us as you are, Tim, but it's always funny hearing you talk about that shit, bro.
Yeah, it is because like nigga, like you guys were there when I did that stream. That shit hurt, bro. I was just like, fuck this game, bro. Fuck this game, bro.
Which, by the way, bro, you're gonna have to bleep your name out if you want to, because Izzy spoiled it. But yeah, I do remember that. I do remember that stream because I was like getting ready for class and stuff, and I remember I told Izzy, I said, bro, Beam is not gonna like this. But his reaction is not what I expected. I dropped my phone.
That was fucking hilarious.
Hearing his reaction, I was like, what the fuck?
So much bullshit, bro.
Wait,
so much bullshit.
Bro, when you linked me that video, I was just laughing my ass off, man. Because, like, that shit was surprising, bro. I'm just looking at this man on stream. I'm like, is this man actually crying, bro? Because I just was playing.
I had to delete it because I was so pissed off, dude. I deleted it after. I was just like, fuck this, bro.
Yeah. This man sounded like he actually was there, like
Joel
was
like he was part of the group. You know when Glenn got involved in fucking Walking Dead, like it felt like he was like one of the lineup fucking actors in there when he was getting like clubbed in the head with the damn baseball bat. I was just laughing like the entire time because like he's like no. Like, he just when I start crying, I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
Nigga, I'm passionate, bro. Like, I was really passionate about that series. You know how many times I played Last of Us 1, bro? Fuck, dude. It's just
immersed into that story, man.
I was invested, but that's the kind of fans they had, and then that's why it's just like a slap in the face. It's like when you have people like that really enjoy your series, and then you're just like, well, we don't care. We're just trying to get a new audience. It's like, okay, have fun with that.
Yeah,
you know, it's like it is what it is. Like I said, I'm gonna replay it. I'm just gonna skip all the cutscenes because I have a PS5 now and I want to see how the graphics look anyway. But
see the improvements.
Yeah, but that's about it. Yeah. Anyways,
just as far as this goes, like I'm on the fence. Like if it gets widely received, yeah, I'll pick it up. It would definitely be like not anytime soon kind of thing. It's just I gotta see how it is. Like I'm not even sure if I'm like there for the story, but like I don't know.
I mean, the co-op was always fun. We played the shit out of it.
I mean, they did say that you can play on co-op all the way through,
and then they had that in previous games.
Cross-gen.
We played.
Yeah, and it's cross-gen too. So if you're playing like PS4 and PS5, you can definitely do that. It's just that, like I said, the biggest takeaway for me is just like this looks like CW the game, and y'all know how I feel about that.
I mean, we all hate the CW here, so it's not really anything shocking.
The only reason why I say it's like we all know how I feel is because I feel like I've ranted about it the most. Like I've pretty much like torn into in Flash, like Reverse Flash did to his mom. So yeah,
right.
It's that. Oh man, Fortnite, I swear I can't. They released this thing, and it is real. It is real, mind you. They did a fucking Martin Luther King Jr. march.
In the game?
In the game. And, like, this thing is more mixed. This thing is more mixed than eggs and pancake batter. Like, I have no idea how to feel about it, because on one hand, I like the fact that, like, this might inspire kids to be interested in history or black affairs, but on the other hand, I am absolutely terrified if someone brings up Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and the kid says
Fortnite.
Yeah, they're like, oh, the
Fortnite?
guy from Fortnite?
Yeah.
Bro, that would be terrifying. That is
that Fortnite character?
Yeah, because the thing is, like, people already just, like, thinking, they're like, oh, man. Because here's the thing. They took out certain emotes, which I'm pretty sure is just, like, throwing tomatoes and shit like that. So they don't, like, incite any, like, virtual racism. I think they also displayed, like, disabled the flossing, because, I mean, yeah, I've never heard anyone flossing during a Dr. Martin Luther King speech. I have a dream. Like, it's fucking...
You know what's gonna be stupid, by the way?
Boy. Oh.
So with that happening, like Fortnite is literally turning into Ready Player One, and I'm about to see like in the future, if they continue Fortnite, eventually this shit is gonna be like a living game.
Probably.
I mean, that's what happens when you have a live service
money
based off of like
like
crossovers. Because like people in the comments are like, "Wow, I can't believe Kylo Ren, Rick Sanchez, and Thanos are all gonna learn about racial inequality." Like it's true though. Like, bro, I'm looking at someone right now running up the steps as Travis Scott, shirtless, as Martin Luther King Jr. is giving a speech. Like I said, I guess it's good because there at some point there might be a kid who just somehow gets influenced by this and says, you know what, I want to do this right here. I want to, be a part of like black activism. I mean, at least for me, I got inspired by history due to Assassin's Creed. But I mean, I just don't want to take away from that and say, oh, Fortnite, that guy from Fortnite taught me about Black Lives Matter instead of knowing exactly where that came from.
Exactly.
Because, bro, let me tell you, schools like Texas or in Texas, they're literally trying to strip that shit out, where they're taking away Dr. Martin Luther King, taking all that stuff out. For what reason, I have no idea.
Bro, the more people keeps you, like, your government keeps you ignorant about things, the better control they have over you. So
that's not a government thing. That's a state thing. There's a difference. I don't know why.
Government, state, potatoes, man. Like,
no, nigga,
shit.
no. Let me put you on some game. The state is very different from the government. Like,
really?
Yes, it is.
Because
the state has different rules. All right, let me break down on history right here. The state has different rules and regulations compared to federal law. Federal law, yes, is very different where everything
I know that, but let me put it this way. If a kid lives in a state his entire life and learn the way the state curriculum teaches him by censoring half of the shit that he learns and everything that he learns is state related, and went to college in the same state, and that state already like censored everything this kid learns, and eventually this kid become a politician and go and work now, but he's working now for, let's say, the entire freaking United States. Everything that kid now who's a grown up is gonna be based on what they learned from that freaking censored ass upbringing, which is one narrow point of view. So when they create a law, they're gonna create a law that is strictly biased and completely from that teaching that they learned. So in a sense, that law that they create and eventually may actually affect the entire damn freaking nation. So in a sense, even if the state law is completely different from the federal law, that education,
it's like a bigger
that
picture you're looking at,
right?
Basically, yeah.
On that education that person acquired from the state law may now go back in the federal law and create a law that now affects everybody.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, that's a very complex thing, but it really happens because, like, you remember the whole Common Core thing that, like, was getting pushed out there by Obama? Like, that whole thing was basically the school's curriculum was going to affect the whole landscape of just how teaching was done. And that's a federal thing. That's why people didn't like it. It's very hard to pass, like, laws like that. State, on the other hand, is very different. That's why you got dumbass
because
these
these motherfuckers could just go in behind doors and just sign the law in, because everybody else who's in that state is fucking sleeping and shit, and nobody's paying attention to that shit.
Bro, why do you think you got dumbass niggas in Mississippi who got murky education? You got dog water education right there. It's because, like, that's a whole state thing. The bare minimum, and that's the reason why that could be like a whole different topic right there. But the bare minimum of federal is basically like you have to do certain things to basically pass high school. I mean, that might just be a state thing, and even states, they have, me and Beam had this whole thing where you had to give a speech and you had to attend this stupid thing called cohort. That's like a state level thing.
Yeah, that was fucking stupid.
You're right.
I didn't even have to do that.
Did y'all had a high school graduation test that y'all had to take? Because I had to take a fucking SAT, ACT, then a fucking high school graduation test. If you don't pass your high school graduation test, you can't get your diploma.
Nope, we didn't do that. See, that's the thing. That's a state thing.
That's a state thing.
Stupid.
Yeah.
Like, there was a time I was even contemplating, like, I was so stressed out about all these stupid ass tests. I was contemplating on moving to another state to do my senior year, then graduate, then come back. Then I'm like, what the fuck am I stressing about? And I end up even fucking acing that stupid ass graduation test. But, like, I knew people who fucking failed the test and they had to come back during the summer to retake that test when it was offered during summer school. Because they couldn't graduate without passing the test. I'm like, this is some of the stupidest shit ever. So why, like, everybody who they knew were graduating, like, in June, they had to come back during the summer school to fucking take a practice and study for the test, then take the fucking test before they could get that diploma. I'm like, you see how stupid this shit is?
That's so garbage.
But that's what I'm saying, though. Those states are very different with their laws, especially education like that. New York is not going to do the same thing as Texas because the state laws with that are completely different. If it was federal, yeah, they'd be fucked up, but it would never happen. But
and there are some states you have people more woke than ever, so like they can pretty much go and tell that lawmakers, hey, stop that dumb shit. Then there are other states where people are just complicit and just straight up trust our lawmakers and go to sleep and just hope that lawmakers is making the right decision. They're not. Like I said, newsflash, they're not.
Mississippi is ranked number 50 in education.
Yeah.
Those niggas are dumb as rocks. And whoever's in Mississippi, I don't even know how you even have the access of internet to even listen to this.
Have they banned you guys as porn access yet? Because I know that's going to happen eventually. Tell you that's not a good Christian thing to do.
Yeah,
your ISP doesn't allow you to view porn.
Yeah.
Wait, really?
Yeah, dude, did you know, like in North Carolina, they ban a bunch of porn sites that you cannot go to. In South Carolina too, you cannot go to a few of these porn sites because
they're gonna just get a VPN. You straight?
Yeah.
If people were sleeping, let me ask you this shit: if people were sleeping while they were passing this law and you didn't fucking pay attention to this shit, you think that they're gonna be paying attention or getting a VPN? Like, I swear.
I mean, you have a point. You do have a point, but that's hilarious. Actually, I did not even know
some of the stupidest. Like,
that stuff happens.
It happens
in general.
Like there are laws that these lawmakers they're sneaky with these shit now. Let me let you know. Like, they'll pass one law like that is like obviously not the greatest law, but it seems more enticing. Then within that law, they're gonna write a paragraph / subsection and add another law to it that is gonna completely overrule the law that they actually wrote. In a sense, they write it in a way where you're not gonna be paying attention to that subsection, which is the real law that they actually want to pass.
Right,
they're gonna write something else. I gotta send you this link to this documentary because you're talking about a lot of stuff that, oh man, it's very deep. But I gotta send it to you because you'll probably most likely find it fascinating how laws work and how they get passed, and it's probably gonna blow your mind. It's probably not gonna blow your mind, but my whole point is I'm a little iffy on this. I don't really know how to feel about it. But yeah. Speaking of unsure, how are we feeling about this Elon Musk making human robots?
Well, yeah, as I said in the subsection, are you guys ready for iRobot yet? I am.
You go first.
No, like Stephen Hawking already says, like AI is gonna be like one of humanity's greatest challenge. And with the improvement they're doing on AIs and shit, and this man is over here literally trying to freaking build a Terminator in a sense, because that's how it started. Like in the Terminator movie, that shit started with one arm, right? And this man is trying to build an entire fucking body instead of just an arm. So yeah.
Did they specify what it's supposed to be used for? Is it
daily mundane tasks, basically?
Who cares? That's how they start, bro.
But again, how long is it before that thing is just like, wait, why the fuck am I taking orders from this guy? That's all it needs. And then,
I mean,
have you lived amongst other humans cannot really tolerate other humans, and you think eventually a robot is not gonna be pissed off at working for a person they consider dumber than them? Yeah, that's.
I mean, let me just say this in this defense, because this kind of leads into the whole thing. Because I was hearing reports that they're trying to test out flying cars. Let me tell you the reason why I'm technically for this. Because if they're talking like mundane things, we're talking like these guys are doing our laundry, these guys are driving us around. To be honest, I'd much rather have a robot as an air pilot than anyone else. Yes, yeah. Of course.
At least they have a.
I mean, in that purpose. Sense, they have a purpose. They do have a purpose. But the thing is, it's like, again, we've seen this before, though. It's like with that purpose, they follow one directive. So how they get to that destination is completely.
Let me put it in this perspective right here. Let me put it in this perspective right here. If you have, say, a human person flying a plane, which air pilots on a massive scale like that is unheard of, because for one, half of us are afraid of heights, majority of us are afraid of heights, we can't fly, and then on top of that too, the niggas on TikTok who somehow get a hold of these things are gonna be doing shit for the gram, having fucking Xannies and Hennessy flying in the air, running into shit. Hell yeah, I'd rather have a Tesla bot flying a plane like that over a human.
Well, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I rather do have a freaking like a robot that is extensively programmed for being able to fly or
like that's fine. Like I can understand that. It's just I don't know about all the other shit, like being in your house. And I don't know that maybe just call me paranoid, but.
That cleaning robot shit, I'm not for it at all.
I don't know. Like I just feel
you got a Roomba already doing that stuff.
Yeah, but it don't have fucking hands that can choke you to death.
They clap the shit out of damn robot.
Like this shit really could just. Like, I guess it is paranoia, but this shit really could just get tired of doing your shit. It's like, yeah, I'm tired of cleaning this nigga's doo-doo butter. Let me just go ahead and go upstairs. This nigga's asleep.
Strangle his ass.
Bro, you're looking at the specs, though. The height is 5'8". That thing couldn't even pick you up because you're 6'3", and it can only deadlift 150 pounds. Most of us weigh more than that. You think it's gonna choke you out?
Nigga, that doesn't dictate his strength,
bro.
though.
That's just Mark 1, bro.
Yeah, that is Mark. That is true, because they're gonna continue this. It's not like it stops here. That is true.
Let's put it this way, right? They released Mark 1, where it's like it's really popular and everybody fucking loves this shit. But now humans like we are consumers and we depend on stuff. And once Mark 1 is doing a great job, people start demanding Elon Musk's company to release more of these things that actually do better and do more heavy lifting and shit.
And more tasks and more this and more that. Yeah.
Right. And obviously, the baseline of the programming they're gonna use is the programming that the first Mark 1 of this robot has learned and incorporated through its AI programming and algorithms. They're gonna use that as a baseline of the learning process to create like version 2 of the next iteration of these things. And version 2, they're gonna be a little bit better, or even leaps and bounds better than the first one. Everybody's gonna buy it. It's gonna learn a bunch of crap of stuff from doing what it's doing. By the time it gets to version 3, people are gonna get lazy and gonna start like Elon Musk is gonna like, why we have these robots over here? Human beings are building it. Why the hell we have employees building this shit? We can do this. We can pump out these robots way faster. Let's have robots build other robots. Take out all the employees out of the fucking Tesla company and all the whatever fucking shit they're calling the robots now. Now robots are building other robots and now having great improvement. Yeah.
Oh, so you're saying Sentinels? Sentinels.
Yeah, but you know how? Do you know how many resources it would take? Like, I mean, yeah, it could happen, but like for right now, I don't see that. Like, that thing ain't gonna choke you out.
Right now,
I don't know. That's just paranoid.
it's just a great novelty,
it probably is a
and
novelty, but I could definitely see at some point, Izzy, like what you were saying about that. Like, yeah, it's
what I'm
gets,
saying is just like the worst case scenario, dude. But like I said, I look at humans the way, like I'm always pessimistic the way I look at humans.
I am too.
We get complicit on doing stuff, and once we get a really great technology that does shit for us, we are not gonna be fucking doing nothing but rely on that technology. And before you know it, we're just gonna have the robots do shit for us, and that shit's gonna turn out really bad. But that's me looking on the worst case scenario, and in essence, that could be like the greatest shit, like in that Love, Death, and Robot shit, where like the yogurts probably made the world fucking great, but humans can't fucking let go of the damn yogurts and shit. So it could be one of that. Or it could just be the worst part scenario where the vacuum cleaners are just straight up evil and try to kill everybody.
I would just say, like, the day when prosthetics, like hands and shit like that, start to become really reactive, like our normal hands, and like as far as like transferring like memory and speed, where it's like actually quick. That's when I'd be concerned, because these things. Yeah,
by then we wouldn't be alive anyway, so.
Yeah,
we don't have to worry about
for a pessimistic world too, nigga. Like you, I guess your pessimism involves like a better economy, because you just think this thing's just gonna be massive, like widely available for everyone.
Oh yeah, not
it's
not gonna be massively available for everybody, but
I'm just saying, like in your endgame scenario, like everyone is gonna have one. Like the crackhead down the street is gonna
but I mean, let's think about it. You know, when you come up with other iterations, the other ones become cheaper, man. It's cheaper, the same shit. So some poor people will have one too, like a fucking.
You get a modder. Like, let me tell you this: you would get a modder who will buy a Gen 1 tech, right, and upload our Gen 2 software on the Gen 1 tech, and they'll tell you basically it works the same way. This one is just an older model, but it does the same shit that the other one does.
Right.
Modders would be able to do that shit, bro.
That is true, but the thing is like if you're thinking like this thing's gonna be cheaper, that thing's gonna be faulty.
Obviously, it's not gonna be cheaper. Like, I'm just thinking more in like a more optimistic way with pessimism mixed in there. But obviously, that is not gonna be readily available to everyone to have. But eventually, it will.
I'm just seeing more optimism in this right here, because like I understand the whole Terminator thing. Yeah, the whole thing not having a face, I'm not vibing with that specifically, because that looks fucking weird. But I mean,
I like that it doesn't have any face, because I don't like people trying to like
emulate the human
humans. Yeah, that is a freaking, I wouldn't say like. It's a robot, so let it be a fucking robot until like they can actually make it where like it doesn't look fucking creepy with a damn human face. Because like Elon Musk isn't the first person who's ever come up with like a human shaped working robot like that. That is something that's been going on in Japan for like as long as I can remember. Like, so it's not something new, but like Elon Musk is just like the most famous person the most famous tech giant who's actually putting out the reality in the West, in the West of, you know, like in our
atmosphere, basically.
Atmosphere, right, exactly. Yeah. But that is like very realistic. Like building like humanoid robots and shit is something that's been going on in Japan like since I can remember, or since I can fucking walk. So it's not something.
Oh, they got like a 40-foot Gundam, real life Gundam.
I saw the Gundam. That shit was fucking awesome.
Yeah, but I mean,
and that shit works and all.
Yeah, it works, bro. That thing could take you by your hand and squeeze the shit out of you.
I mean, it could lift you up, but nobody's gonna make it squeeze it. I saw it lift somebody up, but they didn't make it squeeze the person though.
No, I'm just saying it could.
No, it could. Yeah,
it very well could. But I mean, I like the idea. Like, I like the idea of it being like mundane, but and just the idea that if it flies for you, I'm okay with that, because it does suck though that he's pretty much eliminating those mundane jobs like Uber, because those things are going to be obsolete.
Yeah, no, pretty much everything we're talking about, like warehouses, all those things. Yeah, that's. I mean, but Honestly,
it's gonna go automated.
That's gonna be for the better, I think, because we talked about before where like warehousing jobs, nigga, no human should be doing all that shit, bro.
But as people are smart, like what they'll be doing is start learning the skills to actually be the operators of those warehouse fucking machines and shit.
Right. Yeah, that's true.
So in essence, like if they start mass firing a whole bunch of people, you'll be that one guy who could sit in the warehouse, fucking lay your foot back, sit in your office while in the fucking cool air and just fucking pressing buttons and telling your stupid ass fucking robots to do shit for you.
Yeah, that would, I feel like that definitely would complicate things on like the educational standpoint, where it's like you're required to learn. Which I mean, you know, technology.
I'm not saying you're not
thing.
Like that's the thing though. On the educational standpoint, like other countries are already doing that shit. It's the United States who is fucking backwards and shit. I'm not trying to teach these kind of practical skills to its citizens, but other countries are doing this shit like
back. Yeah, but I mean, it's just like, you know, yeah, a person who has like no education and could barely read and write would probably do a better job, or would be able to do the warehouse job before they implement the robots, because again, you don't have to follow simple instruction. They just, hey, you gorilla, go pick that shit up and put it on the little platform right there, versus they're expecting you to be able to read the manuscript and stuff.
Right.
I don't know. That's way far into the future. We're thinking way
far into the future.
We're thinking of some Jetson shit right here.
Yeah, I mean, we are like thinking about like the most, like, you know, the most advancement our humans could make, but on a more brighter note, the planet is gonna go into like fucking badass fucking global warming before all that shit comes to pass anyway. So we should be worrying about it. We should be worrying about the air we're gonna be breathing more so than whether people are gonna have jobs in the future or not.
Oh, but you're not concerned about the milk crate challenge that's going on?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
That's great, isn't it?
That is one of the reasons why I say
people find other ways to kill themselves. Fucking stupid
that's the reason right there. I say, yeah, I'd rather have a robot do my things than other people like that. Because, like, I don't even know who started the challenge, but the fact these people are literally stacking up milk crates and trying to walk on them.
Like, why?
And I hate to see it, the fact that it's us, it's our community that does it. Like, why are we the first ones to try to do a challenge that's idiotic? I do not like the fact that I keep seeing back in 2015 niggas lighting themselves on fire in a bathroom. Why is that a challenge? Like,
I don't know.
Is this like a prerequisite to join the X-Force or something? Like, just to see if you're fireproof? like, what the fuck are we doing?
It must fucking be.
It is like, oh my gosh, bro. The fact that people just think that we live in Europe, where we actually have a good healthcare system set in place. And I saw this kid, right? This kid fell off the crate and he busted his arm, gave himself a compound fracture. That shit looked like the same shape as my desk, which is an L shape. His wrist was literally at a 90-degree angle, and people were throwing the crates at him while like his hand was all busted up, and they're like, yeah, you fucked up, bro. Pandemic got us so bored that we're killing ourselves creatively.
we keep coming up with stupid ass creatives reasons to kill ourselves.
I'm seeing people of all different shapes and sizes. I'm seeing skinny people. I'm seeing, for some reason, big people. I don't even know why those types of people are even doing it, because they're the ones who are getting hurt the most, landing on their necks.
Right.
Have you seen a video of it? Every time someone lands, they land
right on
their
neck.
back.
Yeah,
no,
on our back, on our neck, bro.
Their neck. It's like, it's just like when they do land on their back, their arms and legs are all parallel to each other, to where they look like a bird, and they're just like, oh my man. Yeah.
I saw this man just fucking fell and he just knocked his freaking face on the crate, man.
Yes, that's what I'm saying, bro. Beam, check this shit out. Check
see.
this shit out. Where people are literally, they're trying to climb up this shit that they know they don't even have the fucking balance ability for it. And they landed on their spine.
I saw one where a chick was doing it. Yeah, and she really fucked up. Like, that shit was just like, what the fuck? Like, at that point, I didn't know it was a challenge. I just thought it was like some random chick doing that. I didn't know that was an actual challenge. Like, what? What is
it's an actual, dude? It's an actual challenge.
This is not a challenge, man. This is just idiotic. I don't know.
Let me just make my standpoint about it. I'm for it because it's just natural selection at this point.
It's good entertainment. I'm not gonna
natural
lie,
selection.
Did you know?
No, bro, it is natural selection.
TikTok how to come out and fucking like tell people to stop fucking doing this shit and stop taking down videos of people doing this shit on there.
TikTok ain't gonna stop this, and the reason why I say it's natural selection is because if you actually think, right, if you're walking up a stack of 6 crates and you know your knee is wobbling, you gotta just think, maybe I'm not making the best choices right now. And the fact that, you know, we as black people have already a lot of medical shit going on. We're known for having high blood pressure. We don't have the
fucking best insurance out there either.
Exactly. Yeah. And these people over here falling on their spine by fucking Harry Osborn and Spider-Man. And it's just like, just fucking posing on a box. It's just like, it's baffling. But hey, just keep doing it.
You know what I want to know though? Where the fuck are people getting these damn milk crates from? That's what I want to know.
Let me tell you, people have started collecting milk crates, and now Walmart is supporting this right here, and they're selling. They're selling milk crates. They're doing it, bro. When has Walmart ever been against black trends, especially when it's at the expense of black people? They've always done this, and now they're selling crates at 99 cents, bro. They want you to kill them. They want you to kill yourself.
Wow.
Wow. This is just some dumbass shit right here, man.
You know what? Okay, I'm about to get into the Walmart story. This shit right here is the reason why I do not like shopping at Walmart, and I think I told you guys this before. How, like, the last time I was at Walmart, they had us stand in line, and then they stopped me, and they're like, "Are you a part of that group?" Which basically was my family, and I was like, "You dumbass, I'm talking to him right now." But this is what happened before. So we were standing in line, and they decided to make this change that if you're doing self-checkout, you can't pay with cash.
No,
you have to pay with card. Yeah. So I'm just trying to pay with cash, and they only have 3 check stands open in the middle of the goddamn day. So me, my mom, and my sister are waiting in line for an hour and a half. We're literally waiting an hour and a half in this line. It was getting to a point to where I saw a nigga get his haircut and it ended. I was, oh my gosh. First of all, this guy had the worst haircut too. He went to Supercuts. And really fucked up. This chick fucked up his hair. She cut a square in his head, on the back of his head, and then when he saw his haircut in the mirror, his face dropped.
Wait, in the camera of the self checkout?
No. He was getting his haircut, right? And this chick was cutting his hair. While I was waiting, when she was doing this, when she finished up the cut, she showed the picture, and his face went from like eager to disappointed immediately, because when he turned around and I saw the back of his head, she didn't fade his cut properly. It looked choppy, and then there was like a fat chunk of square piece of hair on the back of his head, and he was just like, the look on his face was just like, fucking whatever. And meantime, while that happens, because I'm telling this as like a joke, because I'm literally trying to entertain myself. While that is being done, I'm seeing this lady right here who's at the check stand. She's folding the same jacket. It took her 23 minutes to fold the same fucking coat.
Oh man.
I was like, yo, you cannot be serious. I told a whole joke for 5 minutes, and she's still touching the same jacket. And then the worst part of it was, the lady who was paying for it forgot her PIN number.
Wow.
Oh my
So we had to
God.
wait there even longer. And then once that was done, she had to pay for other items.
Her car didn't have one of those SIM card built into it, because if you have one of those, you don't have to enter your PIN. You just could.
Bro, I honestly just assume people who shop at Walmart regularly are just at the. Sorry, it's just the lowest of the economic totem pole right here.
Why can't they just go to the? Is that one of those Walmart, like the neighborhood Walmart, that don't have any checkout cashiers and shit?
No, they do, but the thing is like this lady just wants to pay with card for some reason, and you can't do self-checkout with a large item because she had like a large amount of stuff that she was doing, but she had them in she had it for separate payments, and that's the thing that irritated me was because the fact that she didn't know any of her codes for her cards, so she was trying to be all like, oh, I'm just so forgetful, like, I'm not laughing, my knees are tired. My knees are upset right now because of the fact that I had to stand here, and then you're thinking it's a joke, saying you can't. Oh, I'm just finding it so funny that I can't remember anything.
I guess she was so embarrassed that she was actually just trying to laugh it
No,
off. Obviously, that shit wasn't funny to you though.
No, it's not. It wasn't funny to no one. People who were in that line, mind you, she was doing this, and there were 3 people in front of us. No one, like, the people that were, like, because it was, like, all family members. The people in the family who weren't going to pay, they all left. They were like, I'm going to wait in the car until this lady can finish. And the only thing I say is, like, bro, if your grandma cannot, like, understand basic, just doesn't know how to operate machinery at all, you need to accompany them. Don't let them go by themselves where they're, like, holding up the line, because that shit is rude and it's annoying. Unbelievable, man.
It's crazy. 'Tis crazy.
Yeah, you're gonna talk about unbelievable. What's this whole thing about Busta Rhymes, though?
Oh, yeah. This just... I know it's not that big of a deal, but it just goes back to us talking about... We talked about on multiple episodes where I just don't understand why celebrities or just anyone of any stature just feel the need to just put forth these opinions that are just why? Like that's just the bottom line. So this nigga Busta, right? I think he had a show back in June or something, which really isn't that long ago. It's August, so that's only like a couple of months, huh?
You said he did music?
Yeah, he had a show. He had a show.
Oh.
Like a live show, like a concert or whatever. And like...
I still did music.
Yeah, he still does music. He released like an album like last year. But yeah, this nigga during his live show basically was on some anti-mask shit and was just telling people, yeah, nigga, fuck your mask, and nigga, fuck your mask right there. He said, yeah, this is a God-given right here, my boy. You shouldn't be forcing us to wear this shit. And I'm just like,
wait,
nigga, what? Yeah, no, that's legitly what he did. And I'm just like, bro, even if you feel that way, shut the fuck up, bruh. What are you doing, man?
Like,
what are you doing?
It's this shit where, like, I'm against both sides, like, anti-maskers and pro-maskers. Like, everybody just need to shut up about this shit and just fucking do this shit, bro.
Yeah, just
don't
do
try
what
to,
you need
don't try
to
to
do.
push your opinion on other people, especially if you don't like wearing masks and you see other people wearing masks. Fuck, leave that person the fuck alone. And also, wearing masks is not a God-given fucking right, and neither is like not wearing masks either. Like,
yeah, dude, this is the problem, because for some reason they just feel the need to politicize everything. Like that, it's just fucking dumb. It's so stupid.
I'm not gonna lie,
it's dumb as shit.
Being on Clubhouse, I realized there are a lot more black people who are against masks than I thought. They're just not as vocal about it.
Which is fine, nigga. If you aren't, you don't need to say it. Just fucking do your shit. Like, you don't need to be like,
leave other people the fuck alone.
And it's just like, why? Like, leave.
Why do people always like make it like seemed like it's part of somebody taking away that fucking freedom and shit.
Exactly. That's
I
what he was
mean,
just like. Yeah, it's a part of the.
I think Busta Rhymes. I think when people do this stuff right here is just to stay relevant, especially Busta Rhymes. I just asked you like if he still did music because I have no idea. I don't even remember this guy looking like this. Like he looks like a fish right now to me.
Nigga,
how old he looks.
Nigga's a fucking jack though. He works out a lot.
Yeah, I mean, like he looks so old, but he got to say these things to stay relevant.
He looked like a wrestler and shit. Like he's like a retired wrestler instead of like a retired rapper.
So he looks like a fish from SpongeBob, but like he just. Tough. Oh, he looked like one of the niggas that get upset when SpongeBob fucks up their order. Like that's what he looks like. But it's like these people try to stay relevant, and I mean I see this stuff all the time, like within like the white community, because like they're the ones who like try to publicize everything. Like I see a video, this chick right here was crying, and she's like, "I'm gonna fight for you. I'm gonna fight for our kids and our kids' kids."
Oh
like,
my god,
bitch, you gonna be fighting if you keep trying to push that narrative right here. Because like I said, I'm tired of this pandemic. Like, it's not that simple. I mean, this right here is just the vaccine, but it's just like people who publicize it and like make their opinions like vocal, like overtly, are the ones that annoy me the most.
Yeah, it's like you said, it's basically just a clout thing. Like but it's like you don't even need to do that though, man. Like it's just like,
they don't need to do it, but they want to do it.
Just shut up.
How else are they gonna stay relevant?
I guess so.
I mean, if your numbers were dropping, what would you do?
Nothing. I'd just fade into obscurity.
Nah,
that's not gonna happen.
You would not fade into obscurity because obscurity means homelessness. Like,
nah, but you're equating like that's for someone who doesn't have like plans or anything. Like for people who only like, let's just say your only income is music, then I could see, oh yeah, like I need to do whatever I need to do to stay on.
But
which
that's
selling
your
soul. Like that's selling your soul.
Yeah, no, I'm speaking for him. If you were in Busta Rhymes' shoes and your numbers, what would you do?
But I mean, I always figured he wasn't like that just because his music is what do I say? Not cult, but it's just
retro?
he's underground. He's underground kind of like Like I know of him. I knew of him. Yeah, I knew of him
he was
when I was a
mainstream
kid.
back in the day, but not anymore, I guess.
Yeah, so like his recent album, like he really did on some underground shit, and everyone like who listened to it, you know, gave him his props because it was a good album. I enjoyed it because it just brought me back to like when I first listened to him as a kid. But it's
this
just
guy's
like,
old as dirt.
Yeah, he's old, bro. But
I mean, he's right up in the age same as DMX, man. His soul rest in peace. But like, they're like from the same generation of like artistry and shit, man.
Yeah.
No, he is. Yeah. But it's just like looking at him back then and looking at him now. It's depressing seeing people just look like that. Like I said, they're over here.
I mean, he did used to be one of like the trendsetters when it came to like hairstyle and shit.
Yeah, because this man used to fashion.
Like the hairstyle thing is fine. Like I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking about the fact that like when you get old, you just expand, essentially. That's the thing I feel sad about. It's just like seeing people just kind of lose their elasticity, and like they got the jowls and stuff like that. Like they got the fucking bulldog look.
I mean, that's kind of like the thing that comes with aging. Unless you like someone like The Rock or Dave Bautista who like constantly keep fucking working out, normal people cannot keep that figure in that way at all.
No, I mean it's true. It's true. I mean his lifestyle he has a certain lifestyle. I'm just saying, like to me it's just sad seeing people age, and I don't know. But man, he is fucking old. I mean, I'm not gonna. I should be careful. I mean, he's like the same age as my mom, but like I say old. It's just that he looks fucking old.
Yeah, I know what you mean. But we were talking about movies earlier. There was still some stuff. I mean, we didn't even talk about where we watched it either. But there was the cinema.
I didn't really watch anything.
Okay. Oh, I watched quite a few things. Me and Izzy got some shit to discuss about like Witcher and whatnot. But anyways, there was the CinemaCon thing that happened, and you know they showed off like a bunch of trailers and stuff, although none of them are online yet or whatever. But we got the title of Matrix 4, which is the Matrix Resurrections, and
of course it's gonna be Resurrection. They already went and Reloaded and Revolution. What else?
Revolutions. Yeah, they have to keep the R's. Keep that. What's that shit called? Repetition. Alliteration. Yeah. That.
Well, yeah, no, it is repetition, but
yeah. So yeah, apparently with the trailer, from what people are saying, is like, well, obviously Keanu's, since he's back, like Neo's alive, but it seems like
who are they gonna resurrect this time? What's her name?
No, here's the thing. You're talking about Trinity. Here's the thing.
Yeah.
It seems like from what happened, like the entire Matrix, as we knew, it got rebooted, but like somehow Neo survived that shit. And the funny part about that is they said in the trailer when it first starts off is that this nigga's talking to a therapist, and he was just like, "Am I crazy?" And he said, "We don't say that here." I was just like, nigga, what? And then also, too, hear how fucked up these machines are, dude. These niggas got people in the Matrix taking 2 blue pills a day, bro. So they basically have you indoctrinated full blown, nigga. They said, so we saw Morpheus over here with the blue and the red pill. Nigga, fuck the red pill. Blue pills only, nigga. Yeah, go ahead and take that shit. And so, like, Neo.
Yeah, it's gonna be harder to take them out of that damn Matrix.
Exactly.
Nope, gonna let go of that reality, especially if they're fucking like too deep in that shit. Yeah, they're not coming out of that shit at all.
No, nigga.
You said ODing on the reds and blues? No, it's straight blues. Damn.
Blues only.
So it's just funny, and then like Carrie-Anne Moss, like her character Trinity is back, but it looks like it's funny. Like I think they said like in the trailer he meets her like at a cafe, and she was just like, "Do we know each other?" It was like, yeah, we just spent the last 3 movies like fucking each other's brains out. So yeah, I think we do know each other, but obviously not, right? Because you know.
But how is that gonna work? Did they clone her in the the actual real world or something? Because is this her consciousness is just uploaded to the Matrix, and he says she's dead in the real world. He's just want to relive his entire life in the Matrix now. Is that what's going on or what?
I don't know. I mean, because there's been crazy theories over the years, man. Like honestly, I'm kind of wondering, because have you ever wondered, right?
The real world in the Matrix is naturally
is the real world just another layer of the Matrix? Right? Because there was shit Neo was doing. I was like, how the fuck? Like, how were you able to just put your hand out and machines were just exploding? I was like, how?
Right.
Please explain to me how he's doing that.
Because they got surprised when he started developing the same ability that he had in the Matrix, in the actual version of the real world.
Right. Yeah, this nigga might as well just started flying. Yeah, it could have just been that the machines had this grand design where it's like, let's make these niggas think they woke up, but they really didn't.
But it's like a double layer of the Matrix, or triple layers or whatever, like a backup plan off a backup plan.
Right. I could definitely see that.
I wouldn't put it past them. Yeah, I could definitely see that.
So yeah.
I really hope that the sisters don't do this thing where they expand past the lore where like, I mean, I'm not sure
one of them.
If they'll make a 5th one. It's only one of the sisters?
Yeah.
Okay. That's okay.
Aren't they brothers now?
No, they're sisters.
No. They got.
They transitioned.
Yeah, together.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But I hope they don't do that thing where like they do I forgot the movie what it's called, but they break out of the real Matrix and it's just like a hub world of other Matrixes. they're just in a building, and then they look outside the window and there's like a bunch of other Matrices.
No, I don't think so.
They gotta travel to every fucking Matrix universe and shit to try to break people out and stuff.
Yeah,
that would be.
Hope they don't do that shit.
Because they did that stuff in the 80s before, where it's just like they have these things where they break out of like a society and like a civilization, and they go to another one just to find out the same things happening over there. That would be awful storytelling if you ask.
That happened in Westworld. I don't know if you guys. I don't know if you guys have seen like the old Westworld, and even the new one. They happen in there too. So
No, I've yet to watch Westworld. I know I need to.
It's a really good show. Like the reboot, if you haven't watched the old one, I would recommend also watching the old one after you watch the TV show, because the TV show went into a lot of details, like minute details about the movie. But you can watch either one. It's still, both of them are pretty good.
Gotcha. But yeah, this shit is coming out. You know,
this is supposed to still come out on the same day as John Wick 4, right? Or did that even come? Did that already come out?
No, John Wick isn't coming out till next year.
Is that still coming out on HBO Go or HBO Max? I mean,
yeah, I'm pretty sure. I just want to make sure. I'm pretty sure it's releasing in December.
That's so weird that only one of the sisters are directing it.
I guess the other one didn't want to come back. She was just like, whatever. You know. Yeah, this one comes out December 22nd.
Like that directorial chops and experience has gotten to the point where they don't have to always do things together.
True.
Kind of like what's that name? The Russos. They don't always.
I was about to say that
together.
Yeah, but like it's weird when you have a franchise based off of that relationship where you've directed
right
alongside. Because like I said, yeah, if that'd be weird if like one of the Russo brothers directed Secret Wars and then the other one was sitting there just like yeah. No, like that's I don't know. It's just like I feel like I'd want to
cheer him off on the sideline.
Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe they just didn't want the credit. You never know. Maybe she is actually helping, her sister.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she's a producer on there because or consultant or something, because they always give producer credits to
Yeah, to anyone that contributed like anything towards the
right.
movie.
So I'm pretty sure she both of them are still gonna get credit for it.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. See what's going on with that. I guess we could just go into what we watched. Because you said you didn't watch anything, right, Gamda? So.
No, not really. I can't even honestly remember. The only thing that I watched is probably Boruto, but it's like finally getting to the point where like Sasuke is about to get his eye gouged out.
Damn. That sounded like yesterday you guys were talking about that in the manga, though. Jeez.
Oh, it's because the anime finally stopped doing all those stupid ass filler episodes. Because if they actually follow the story, they can catch up to the manga really quickly. If they
because it's a monthly release. I forget about that.
And that's another thing too, because like I didn't catch this, but Fenebro was talking about this too. Is that Amado, whatever his name is, he said something that was not even said in the manga, which led into all these other theories. And they're theorizing that there's gonna be like another Edo Tensei, but it's gonna be through cyborgs, which I do not like at all.
That sounds dumb as fuck,
bringing back. You see why I say I don't like the fact they keep doing like bringing back sequels, because they just reuse the same method. Like okay, the idea of cyborgs is interesting, but don't bring back someone else as a cyborg.
You don't want
that's the thing. That's the thing I like about. Even though we're talking about like sequels and shit, like Bleach just released like a chapter that they released like a 70-page new chapter, and I'm not gonna lie, bro. Like what they did in that, they pretty much have my attention again, bro. Like
really,
Kubo is back, man.
Yeah, because they didn't make a Bleach Shippuden. That's why.
It's not like a rehash of anything. Like it's just a continuation, and like. It's like where the story's going next is pretty much has me excited, bro. Like,
wow.
It's pretty much like expanding upon the lore of like the entire Bleach universe, expanding like in deeper details, and it's not like discarding any other characters and shit. Like it's flushing out the characters and using more of the lore of the universe, so of the Bleach universe. So. It had me excited.
Aside and like trying to create new characters, which are
exactly. That now I'm not gonna lie, Ichigo's son is really freaking overpowered, bro. Like the ability that is meant, the ability that is
and Ichigo mixed together, dude. It's
right.
Fucking dumb.
Like on one hand, he has his mom's reality warping and defying abilities. Then on the other hand, he has his dad Quincy / Hollow / Soul Reaper abilities. So like he is really freaking overpowered. Just imagine like Aizen and Yamcha combined is what this kid is, plus this Soul King sprinkled into it.
Oh my god, man.
I mean,
how does he lose? How does he
combat
lose?
wise, he's not that astonishing.
Right, because he needs to train. He needs to
Right, he needs to train to be that to do that. But like the ability that he has is just one of those abilities that is just reality warping kind of abilities that is just broken. But he doesn't even realize he has this much of a powerful ability either, because everything that he does is just kind of fun to him, where he's just like living his normal life, and like pretty much his friends are pretty much ghosts, and Khan obviously.
Oh, Khan
like,
is still around, right? I forget, because he's a soul candy. They don't ever like age.
No, so Khan is pretty much like his babysitter, and you know shit is bad when Khan is the one who's like the voice of reasoning, who keep trying to tell him not to do stuff, but obviously he doesn't listen.
Right, because he's Ichigo's kid, and that nigga never listened ever. So.
Right, and he's not like a bad kid or disrespectful, or like as like you know how Boruto was introduced, where he was just super cocky or anything of that. Like he really has like he has more of his mom personality, where he's like caring for a lot of people, but also he has like Ichigo's adventurous spirit. So in essence, he's kind of like a restless kid.
Yeah, he's a normal kid. He's not like an asshole for no reason.
No, he's not a Boruto. Boruto was just straight up a fucking asshole.
Yeah. I'm glad they actually gave future Ichigo a sensible haircut and didn't do what they did to Naruto and
just shave his head and make him look like a...
I don't know. I was kind of indifferent toward it, because like he basically got his dad's haircut, like his actual dad. So I was just like, nigga, you're just Ishin,
Ichigo.
Ishin's or Ichigo's dad's. Yeah, his dad's.
Yeah. He looked like his dad. Actually, not gonna lie, he does. Yeah. That's what he said.
Looking at it now, this hair's a little bit different. Oh,
a little bit.
Kind of. Well, I mean, like that's the thing though. It's just like
people
age. He looks like his dad though. Like if that's the thing, like I'm fine with that. Because you do age into your parents, but like Naruto didn't. He like he said, he just shaved that shit.
He shaved that shit. He doesn't look like his dad at all, because he didn't let his hair get as spiky as his dad.
He should have let his hair grow out, bro.
Look,
that would
old
be
as fuck
so
right now. Like
sick if he got like the entire bangs shit that Naruto had, dude.
Right.
Oh, dude, that would have been sick if they went with that. Yeah, Naruto looks old as shit. Sasuke looks the same.
That's because this man had like a super stressed out job. So how the fuck is he not gonna be looking old? Like, he's basically the president of the world, but basically the president of the world who has to be hands on in solving everybody's problem.
Bro, what would my haircut have to do with me being president? Like,
I mean,
in a world where you
maybe
have,
what
you have
Izzy's
bangs
saying,
and a ponytail.
Maybe what Izzy's saying is he's stressed.
I mean, the stress is what's fucking
made it fall out
with his hair, making his hair.
This nigga just like would comb his hair or like touch his hair, and there's like particles of hair in his fucking hands.
When Kishimoto decides to do the thing where they try to bring in real life shit and not fairy tale stuff like that, then I'll be like, okay, that makes sense. But until then, no, he's not gonna do that.
Obviously, he's not gonna do that. But I guess that's one of the explanation that makes him look old. But man, stress of life is getting to that, man.
Right. Well, anyways, I'm gonna go into what I watched. I watched Rurouni Kenshin, the final. Izzy, I don't know if you ever watched those live action movies. Like some of them
I did
on Netflix.
I have.
Those shits were fire, dude. Like I was actually,
I
was actually surprised at how good those were. Because usually when they try to adapt anime, we all know like it's just usually the
Rurouni Kenshin and the Ganks series, like they really did a great job in adapting to the live action. I'm not gonna lie, like Ganks and Rurouni Kenshin, like even the Full Metal Alchemist and the Bleach were pretty decent too. The Bleach live action and Full Metal Alchemist live action, they were pretty decent. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, like, besides if you get past the idea that they're trying to make the characters look exactly like they look in the manga, and like they look like cosplayers, but if you get past that, it's pretty good.
Gotcha. Maybe that's why I like Rurouni Kenshin so much, because
Yeah, it didn't look like cosplayer.
It didn't. It literally looked like a live action adaptation.
It does.
And then
it looked like
top
something that would be in its own universe, you know?
Exactly. And the choreography was really good, like all that shit. And then like the acting,
the fight scenes were
awesome. Yeah, I need to, because I didn't even know they had basically movies that cover all the arcs. So I'm gonna have to go back and watch.
They do. I mean, they do. The final is the final arc.
Right. Did they add the effects? Because I remember last week I was talking about like. If it was like spiritual stuff and they'd use like CGI, was like the CGI effects.
They didn't really do that.
They didn't really have to add a lot of CGI to it because like Rurouni Kenshin is a straight up samurai brawl kind of shit.
Yeah.
Right. So it's more martial arts centric than it, and also
like with some sword play and stuff. Like I said, the only minor things they had were like
explosions and stuff.
Yeah, and also with Rurouni Kenshin himself, like in the series, I mean, they kind of changed it in the movies, which is fine. But like in the series, like he had like two different personalities. He had like his calm personality, and then when he like became Batosai, like his eye
he has
and stuff.
Yeah, he has his like a killer personality where he just straight up like kills people with like mercilessly.
Yeah. So like they kind of just made it to where that doesn't really happen. He's just the same person. It's just like a mask he switches between basically. But like I mean, even then in the final one, he was just straight like basically, not Rurouni Kenshin, but like
Bato-san in Titan.
The Wanderer.
Right.
In the other one, he was Bato-san. That's what I liked. Was in the first one where he was like they showed you his like past basically, and this nigga would just go around killing people. That shit was crazy, man.
I guess man literally makes it rain blood when he kills people.
Yeah, dude, that shit was crazy because the chick who came to like thank him for like, well, I mean, she had ulterior motives, of course, but she came to outside thank him. She like cut a dude open, and then there was just blood all over. She said, "You really do make it rain blood, don't you?" And she just fainted. I was like, "Damn, that's crazy."
That man is savage, bro. Like Rurouni Kenshin used to be the shit up back in the day.
He's a fucking monster, bro. Like that Bato side, do not fuck with this nigga. Do not fuck with this man.
Like from the samurai play is where like Oda got his inspiration from Zoro because like he used to be the assistant to the mangaka of Rurouni Kenshin.
Oh, like right, I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
so
great.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes sense though. You could draw a connection between that and Zoro for sure.
Right.
Yeah, it really makes me want a Samurai Champloo movie now. Because if they can do Rurouni Kenshin, they can do Samurai Champloo.
They're making a Cowboy Bebop, so I wouldn't put it past them actually to make a Samurai Champloo if the shit comes to it.
Yeah, I did see that too. That's got like mixed reactions.
But, I mean, at least they have the actors kind of like, in my opinion, well cast. Even though I thought Spike was gonna be black, but oh well.
I thought he was gonna be black too, but I really don't have anything to say about what it looks like, but I do hope that it does well. It looks really accurate for sure.
Yeah.
Right.
So.
I also watched this movie with Hugh Jackman actually. But
Reminiscence.
I
haven't watched that yet. I need to watch that. Was it good? Because I don't want to waste my time.
It was pretty decent. I mean,
it put me to sleep.
Yeah, like
when I was watching, I was getting sleepy too, so I turned that shit off.
I'm not like, it's not like the most I can say is like it's not anything you haven't seen before. Basically, like it's a normal affair.
Kind of like an extended version of Love, Death, and Robot or something.
Actually, kinda.
Yeah, actually, that's a good way to put it.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you've seen it before. It's just your standard thriller. I mean, I kind of mainly watched it just for Hugh Jackman anyway. But every time I saw
still
it,
watch
just
it.
B-level Inception, essentially.
Yeah. That's a good way to put it.
Okay, I'm gonna watch it, but like when I put it on, like for the first 10 seconds that I put it on, I was getting sleepy. I'm like,
Yeah. I mean, like, I like
it's
Jackman
really
as an actor.
It's really slow.
Yeah, it's super slow. And then, like, out of nowhere, all these characters are kind of, like, thrown out there. And then it's just like, oh, we got to find this guy through his memories. And then we got to find him through his memories. Because we got to find my girlfriend or something like that. Like, I don't know.
Oh, crap.
Like, Yeah, because it's like a mystery. It's like a noir mystery of like, okay, where's this girl go? Like, where's she at? So I gotta look through people's memories and stuff. But just pretty much like the Animus. Being, I'm not sure if you felt the same way. Or like Hugh Jackman would go in there, and then at the same time, he's just trying to live his memories again. Because he's just like, oh, I need to find her, and I also miss her so bad, but I don't know.
Yeah, it became like an obsession, really.
It was an obsession, and Hugh Jackman did a very good job for what he was given. But
every time I heard him scream, I just thought, oh, Wolverine, where's the claws?
There was that scene where he was about to fight, and it looked like claws were about to pop out, and I was like, whoa, did he just like somehow pull out of the X-Men verse? Like, what happened? Like,
could you imagine if they did that? Like, they put this as like, yeah, he wants to find his girl, but really it's Logan the entire time.
It would maybe just be like, okay, let's see how this ends, because I mean, there's like a lot of things that it's not that it didn't make any sense to me. It's just that why do they have to, like, I don't know. It's me nitpicking, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I said, it's a standard affair. It's not, you've seen this movie before, so
right.
You know, I was mainly there, like I said, to just see Hugh Jackman, really. But yeah. Also, Izzy, I know you watched this too. We watched the Witcher: Nightmare of the Wolf. I didn't even realize this came out this week. That was actually a fun watch.
I watched it.
I enjoyed it. I thought it was cool that, because this is basically to accompany the live action shit, right? Because this is basically
because Vesemir is going to be introduced in the next
2.
Yeah, so they have to give you a backstory of him without having to waste your time in the actual live action and stuff, so you should understand who he is.
Man, and Vesemir, I didn't realize he was a cocky bastard, bro.
Just like any Witcher, bro. Like, I mean, basically what this showed you is like every Witcher, once they become like a full-fledged Witcher, they become very cocky, but not all of them are, how do you say it, like successful in their cockiness. Some of them easily die from being cocky, and some of them are just really good at what they do. So even though they're cocky, they have that cautioness of cockiness to them, where they don't let the cockiness like get to their head, which is what was shown of Vesemir character, and obviously he taught that to Geralt, which is why Geralt and his like compatriots are like really good witchers.
Right, which I thought it was just cool to see. You know, you had Geralt, you had Lambert, Eskel, like that shit is so dope, dude. It's just cool to see that, like, their origins, basically. Like, now you know why there's so few Witchers, what happened, and all that stuff with that crazy bitch. She was just like, completely. She just completely was just like.
I don't blame her though. I don't blame her because,
but
like,
it's just like you can't like put that on every Witcher. I mean, yeah, they're like head Witcher was like a piece of shit because he was just basically creating like monsters just to make contracts. Like, that was
that's the thing though. Dude. They have so many Witchers at the time that they almost hunt all the monsters to extinction, even if the monsters like were being evil or not. So like the Witchers basically created our own doom in a sense because of him.
Right, that's true.
So it was like them creating like that, the object of their own destruction.
True. Yeah, it's just crazy when it gets to the end there. It's like,
oh yeah, like I knew that kid, the bald-headed kid, was Geralt, because like right off the bat they made him like Geralt is like a freaking super downer, bro. Like, he looked edited.
Yeah, he looks so mopey, and he just looks so emotionless. And like when they're just like, when what's his name, or what's the girl's name that Vesemir was like his soulmate or whatever. I forgot her name.
Itala or something, or Itrina or something. Yeah, something with an I.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, like it was something, but like, yeah, like there, she's just like, yeah, do you know any secrets out here, and like secrets to get out of here? And he's just like, yeah, there's a door right here, or like a trap door right here. And then there was like, yeah, he only knows that because he tried to run.
He tried to run away.
And then this nigga just smiled. I said, what the fuck? I was like, what the hell? Like, holy shit, bro. That shit was funny. But Yeah, I actually really enjoyed that, man. I like the art style of it. Kind of cool how they did it animated and stuff. And yeah, that shit is just as gory as it was in the live action show. So yeah,
Right.
that shit was very gory. Yeah, the voice acting was good.
It was straight up on point.
Yeah, it was on point. So I'm and apparently it's gonna get another spin-off, like it's like an actual series. So I guess they're gonna like go through like I guess Vesemir like training them, I guess, or something like that.
That would be great because like just from that event of the movie, he learned a lot. He learned a lot from that entire experience. Of,
You really did.
Like, and you couldn't even believe that this. Well, I could believe that he was. I could believe that he was like 70 years old. But like he looked like he was in his late 20s by the time he was like 70 plus years old. And like he learned a lot from his years of like being a witcher. So even though like you saw how successful as a witcher he was, racking up all these money and stuff, but he didn't let where he came from cloud his judgment of what he's supposed to do. He still have this idea of him being a good guy who should help people, but he helped people for money.
Right. As it should be, because it's like you're fighting like dangerous creatures
and shit. Yeah. And that also like is like I really appreciate that from watching the movie, because like that thing pretty much went into pretty much like translate well with Garrett's character in the game, of how you could choose what kind of character and decisions Garrett makes in the game. So I appreciate like just from seeing that, like how his training, his life experience that he impacted on his four students, because pretty much he like initially when they even gave him students, he didn't really give a shit about his little bastards.
Like, why do I have to fucking train these little fuckers?
Yeah, like, he called them little bastards because he didn't really give a shit.
Like, and then he understood the gravity of it. It's like, well, no, if I don't do what I need to do, the Witchers die here. Like that can't happen.
Her name was Ileana.
That's what it was. Yeah. Like that was crazy, because like when she was fighting what's her name, Tetra, like in the courts with the king and stuff, and you're like, what is her angle here? Like, why does she seem so interested in defending them? Like, it's so weird. And then you realize, oh, it's old girl from back then. Okay.
Because they were doing the way that movie was choreographed, they were doing the same thing with the Witcher live action, where they were telling a story simultaneously with a flashback and like current day. So they did a lot better
job there, by the way.
Yeah, they did.
So hopefully they integrate that in season 2, hopefully. But yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed that, man. I'm looking forward to whatever else is next. I think season 2 is December, for the actual live action one with Henry and all the other rest of the cast. So looking forward to that. And the last thing to wrap that up, the last thing we have here to talk about is the One Piece chapter. Oof.
Oh
yeah, dude.
The golden.
Yeah, dude. That had to have been the best chapter.
I feel like we've been saying that for every One Piece chapter since chapter 1000, though.
Yeah.
Every chapter is like the best chapter of One Piece, but that's how good this chapter was. Again, it could be dubbed another best chapter.
It's just crazy because it's just like we got all these like bits of lore, and it's like now we know like the name of King's race, which is Lunarian, and it's like, okay, that's crazy. And then we have this stuff with like Sanji, and we're not really understanding what's going on with him. Like, is his Germa DNA finally like kicking in?
No, I was definitely say his Germa DNA is definitely kicking in. There's no way that isn't kicking in.
Right, because he acknowledged, like, yeah, ever since I used the raid suit for the second time, my body just feels weird.
Right.
So, yeah, it's gonna be interesting, and we said it off mic too. It's like, I don't think, not to downplay Sanji, because he's come a long way, but I don't think in his base form, before, he would be able to take Queen in his hybrid form. There's no way.
There's no way. He has to have like that superhuman power up / cyborg augmentation that his family, like we were talking about it, where like that entire subplot of Sanji that it introduced, that his entire family are a bunch of enhanced slash modified human beings. That entire subplot was actually to develop Sanji's character and give him a power up to step up to the plate of where he's on par with Zoro and Luffy. Right. So that is going to serve as a baseline. So when he start developing these new, let's call it superhuman ability or enhanced human ability in the future to be on par with them, nobody's going to complain about that, because
no
it's something that is already built into his DNA. Like the ray suits kind of serve like a key or trigger to unlock that ability, because you gotta realize this man went his entire life without ever unlocking that ability. All his siblings, right off the bat, after the experiment was done on them, all of them pretty much developed their own unique abilities off the rip. Sanji was the only person who thought that shit didn't work on him. But now he's complaining that after he wore the ray suit like twice, he's now starting to get shit happening to his body where he's kind of either moving sluggishly or his body's moving more in an enhanced manner than more than usual.
Right.
Which is funny, because if you think about it, like the way he's igniting his fires and shit, he's not spinning around anymore to ignite that shit.
No.
That shit just fucking burst into flames now.
Yeah, and Queen brought up a good point. It's like, nigga,
Right.
no regular human
does
does
that. Right.
So, yeah, what's really going on here? And it's just like, that's a good point, because that has to be that German DNA, bro. There's no way to explain that you can just put your leg on fire. Like, that's just not normal, bro.
Initially, he was using friction to light his leg on fire, which is, for One Piece weirdness, that is reasonable, believable. But now, this man doesn't even have to spin around anymore to frictionize his legs to make it ignite. He just stands up and this shit just bursts into flames.
Right.
And he thinks that's freaking normal.
Which, again, like, Oda, he didn't obviously say this, but it is speculatory, because it almost reminds me of King a little bit, dude. Because the way he's just able to just use fire, like, without really doing anything, it's just It's just strange. Like, you have to wonder maybe if
you gotta think about it this way. You remember, like, what was his thing that his dad used to splice the DNA of Sanji's? Everybody got their own DNA splice from some aspect of either the creatures from the world or race from the world, but we never really figure out or learn what part of the what is it called, the linear factor that they use on Sanji. We never really figured that out. So by the time that is finally revealed that they use a linear factor of one of the actual humans, or should I say the race who were living on the top of the red line, because it's already been specifically stated that King's race is a special race in a sense, which is exactly what Big Mom wanted him part of her crew. So if you think about it, like Judge and Vegapunk and all these people who like experiments on human beings and shit, and like all experiments on, like, they are looking for special people in the world. So I can pretty much guarantee you a person who can like spontaneously burst into flames, they will take that person's DNA and try to like gene splice that person and try to see what kind of ability can they transfer to other people. So that may be one of the race that they actually used to gene splice Sanji's DNA.
Right, because I mean the thing is, we're just now getting acquainted with this new race that we didn't know at all about. But that doesn't really mean that King is the only one left either. There could be more.
Exactly, it may be more. So yeah,
it's
I wouldn't put it past him.
And then we get some more reveals. I mean, you were telling me off mic that was already established. I didn't even read that one shot, so I didn't know. But we got some more sort of hints towards Zoro's past and his origins.
Ancestral lineage.
Yeah, and it seems
Where,
like he's a descendant of Ryuma. Yeah,
right.
Which is that's crazy.
Because like even like all the way back in Trailer Bark, right, when that arc was still live, and like we used to do like I used to do like the weekly One Piece farm going and One Piece reading chapter and shit. When Zoro versus Ryuma happened, like there was a lot of theories and like speculations that were going around that was actually somebody who was from Zoro's village, because back then we didn't really know Wano existed.
Right.
Because like obviously by that time we already read older one shot called Monster, where Ryuma actually slayed a dragon, so we already knew he was from the distant past of One Piece, of the One Piece universe. But we everybody was speculating that Ryuma was actually Zoro's ancestor and shit, and like Zoro was related to him, which is why like after Ryuma, like he finally defeated Ryuma, is like kind of passing the torch on to his like his next generation, right?
Right. Yeah.
To his descendant.
So would I forget the guy's name. So would the
Ishimaru
would that is that speculation to be his dad basically?
No,
Zoro?
that would be Zoro's, like either his uncle or his great grandfather.
Okay.
Either his grandfather, his uncle, or just one of his relatives.
Okay.
Because obviously it's not gonna be Zoro's dad, but if it could be Zoro's dad anyway, because like Ishimaru is in the same age line as Zoro's sensei. So Zoro being Zoro, Ishimaru could actually be Zoro's dad, and Zoro being Zoro with his stupid ass sense of direction could I probably wander off on the damn ship that was leaving Wano, and his ass got lost and got taken to East Blue. That is something that we can see that is completely in Zoro's character. So yeah, so I'm guessing when Ishimaru finally lost his heir, he probably didn't have a lot of stuff to live for, and he just went out, try to go out in the blaze of glory fighting for Wano. Yeah,
I could see that.
So Ishimaru may actually be Zoro's father. That is crazy. Something that is left to be reviewed, but it could actually be the case.
That's crazy, man. It would explain why, Zoro's so adept at his swordsmanship.
Swordplay, yeah. That shit is like right in his DNA.
Yeah. It makes sense. And then they were like, maybe it's fate. He brought Shisui back and, we gave him Enma, and this thing is a beast. So, yeah, it's crazy, man. It's crazy, crazy stuff. But one of the bigger highlights was seeing Momo, nigga. Like his dragon form
that man
is nuts
as fuck.
Yeah, his dragon form is nuts, man. And it's like people are saying, I find him more intimidating than Kaido, to be honest.
I do, bro. Like even though this man's a pink dragon, like he is like vicious looking, bro. Like way more menacing than Kaido. Way more fucking menacing. Like it's crazy, man.
It is, and it's just and it was cool too. So we already know what he looks like with Shinobu, and she was crying, so which means he probably looks like a young Odin. That's why
he does.
And then when everyone sees him, they're gonna be like, "Odin's back,
Odin-sama!" Yeah,
this is crazy. Like, and he's like, "No, it's Momonosuke." They're just like, "What?" It's like, "Yep."
Because like Oda with his famous silhouettes and shit, they didn't fucking give us a damn. They didn't give us a look at his human form again. So now we gotta wait. We gotta wait for that shit to happen. But again, I cannot wait for Kaido's reaction when he sees Momo, like another fucking big ass dragon coming towards him.
What the fuck?
What? He was like, Nani?
Yeah, one thing I'm waiting for, they gotta do a Goro breath / fire breath clash, bro. They got to, man. That'd just be just chef kisses right there. Like seriously, it's just like we were saying off mic once again. Like Vegapunk over saying, "Oh yeah, that's a defective fruit." That was a fucking lie because
that was
look at his fruit right there.
That fruit is not defective at all.
Yeah, that was a lie.
That's something like famous scientists always do, where like if they create something that is like completely out of this world within that power, and they don't want other people to like ask them to replicate it, because can you imagine any kind of fruit that if he can just keep replicating other people's Zoan abilities? that's gonna be so overpowered. So like the war government would not even fucking want a pacifista. They would just tell them to keep making devil fruit for them.
Exactly.
So obviously,
like imagine like a platoon of just
dragon
fucking devil fruits. Like that's
fuck no.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's way too dangerous. Even Vegapunk is not that much of a mad scientist that he would like want to give that to the war government.
Right.
He needs a way to like control the war government's power, so he's not gonna give them power that he's not gonna have control over. Right. Which is why I think he settled down for like the pacifista, because he could obviously give a lot of people, like everybody, like a weapon that, like a laser weapon that actually fucking fires light beams from it. But he didn't do that. Instead, he incorporated in humans. I mean, in a cyborg body. Because can you imagine, like, the war government, just all those Marines and shit, have weapons that fire lasers out of it? You think any pirates would stand a chance? Good luck.
No.
They can't even dodge or break the bullets and shit.
It's fucking... why do I always forget his name? Is it Kizaru? Is it Kizaru's beams?
Who?
Don't they
light beams that they fire?
Yeah, isn't it his light beams?
It's Kizaru's. Yeah, it's Kizaru's light beams. Like he replicated that into a laser technology where they fires like light laser beams from their bodies and stuff.
Kizaru's strong as shit. So
right.
Yeah.
So he could obviously make guns that actually fire laser beams and stuff, but Vegapunk I don't think he's like stupid enough to give the war government any weapon that is just straight up unstoppable.
Right.
He made like even though we have not met his character yet.
Yeah, I was just about to say
he gave them shit that if there's like a way to like he gave them shit with kill switch on it. Like kill switches. So he's not gonna give them an almighty powerful weapon without having to like have a way to stop them from stop them if they actually go overboard and shit.
Right. I'm sure he's gonna have a part to play in the coming.
Oh no,
definitely stuff that's gonna be popping off here soon.
A big part.
Yeah, because Oda's been saving his character. We've only gotten these hints of who he is and what he's done, but we haven't actually met the guy yet.
Right.
It's like it's crazy. Actually, it's like damn. But yeah, it's crazy stuff, man. Crazy stuff.
Really great time to be a One Piece fan right now, man.
Seriously.
Like, really fucking great time.
Better than a Dragon Ball fan. I'll explain why once you guys are done.
I mean, I don't pretty much have anything else to say. I thought the chapter was great.
Yeah.
I can't wait for the next chapter, bro.
Can't wait for the next chapter, and I'm definitely looking forward to like Kaido's reaction once like Momonosuke finally like flies to the roof, because obviously even though he's an older dragon that is like as big as Kaido, he's not gonna be able to like produce like the same amount of powers that Kaido can produce with his abilities.
He's gonna have to train.
He's gonna have to train with it, but the basic stuff, which is just making like the cloud flames,
that should fly. Just be
that should be something that is innate in his DNA and shit. Like, so he should be able to like use that to like stop the island from falling and shit. So that's just gonna be his part to play.
Yeah, it will be
like
it will be crazy to see Kaido's reaction. You'll be like, what the fuck? Like,
but no,
that's impossible.
I think he's gonna be doing more than that though.
Oh
for future tense, like he's definitely gonna be doing more than that. Why he's keeping the island afloat? Like I think there's just gonna be points where like he's gonna be firing some like blast breath at Kaido, like shooting like fireballs at Kaido while like in between while he's.
I want to see a clash between their fucking fire breaths, bro. Like that shit would be sick, dude.
That's definitely gonna happen. We will definitely see that. It's just one of those things that will happen. It's just, but at the moment, I just want to see like Kaido's initial reaction, like the look that's gonna be on his face when he see like, because it's gonna be like basically looking at himself in the mirror,
right?
But except this dragon is pink and he's a blue dragon,
right?
So it's just gonna be like hilarious. Then especially when he knocked Momo out of his like dragon form and Momo transformed back into his human form. Another shocker is gonna be like another spitting image of Odin.
Yeah, he's gonna be like, "What? I killed you. That's impossible." Like, what the fuck?
So
Like,
yeah, I can't wait, man. One Piece, like, really great time to be a One Piece reader, man.
Yeah, for sure. So much shit going on and so much shit still to go. Seriously.
Close to the end game, man, but still like one of those end game that you don't want to happen, but it's happening.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. But
All right.
yeah.
Segue to Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, go.
Super.
Hold on, I was just gonna say, like, so I found out more news about the Dragon Ball Super movie.
Mm-hmm.
And remember when I told you, Izzy, how like the thing was gonna be a mix of 2D versus and 3D?
Mm-hmm.
I was wrong. I was
What
wrong.
is it now?
It is completely 3D, and that style that they had showed is
It was just a
basically that.
demo.
Yeah, I thought it was just a demo, but you know, the dummy in me that actually thought that they use that style as like a teaser and not as like a, I don't know what I thought, but basically what we saw for that trailer is basically the style that they're going for, which is just like not something that I've wanted personally as like a fan, because you know we already got the Broly movie, which is what I was saying. Like, why would you establish a style and then go back and have the same sort of style from the actual Dragon Ball show, where it was all like, it was very stiff looking and animated like that. I don't know. But the other thing is too is just the fact that there's an interview that came out where they're like, yeah, we're gonna turn this into a slice of life emotional Dragon Ball movie, something we've never done before. And I was thinking, like, okay, first of all, why would they do something like that where none of these guys are emotional at all? Like, none of these guys have the emotional maturity or even intelligence to express emotion. Like, Goku doesn't even know what that is, for one. And then, two, if you think Vegeta is going to do that, he can't express his emotions in general.
Nope.
Like, he refuses
he always
to.
and try to punch it.
Exactly.
Or walk away from it.
The same thing goes for, like, every other character, too. It's just, like, I don't know how I would see a slice of life type of Dragon Ball. Like, what would that even look like?
I mean, I'm sure.
Like,
I'm pretty sure they're gonna have a traditional villain, though, right? I mean,
no. Like, what do you mean by traditional?
Like, just
so that they gotta punch.
Yeah, nigga, they have to fight. Like, at the end of the day.
Not really, because they said that as far as like it being fierce, like Broly, they said it's the complete opposite. It might be like Yo Son Goku, the one where like they had to fight Avo and Kato, and it wasn't really like super serious. But it's just like, you know, again, are they establishing any form of continuity between the previous arcs and the movies? Because if we're at this point, we're at like 3 separate timelines right now. Like, I need some form of consistency to understand like what's going on.
Bro, like, they're never consistent with Dragon Ball. That's
unfortunately,
the inconsistency is the consistency.
Yeah. Like,
yeah, but the thing is, like, it's different compared to like Dragon Ball GT and Dragon Ball Super or Dragon Ball Z, because the fact that, yeah, GT was like a massive time jump, whereas this right here, this is like in 2 years, like in a timeline of 3 years, where you got Granola, and then yeah, like Broly happened before Granola, but like what's going? I don't know. I really don't know. I wish I was a One Piece fan, but there's like so much to absorb, and I just don't have the attention span to try to latch onto it.
I'm telling you, like, when you start One Piece, you should like when you catch up.
Beam said the same shit, dude.
Exactly.
Like,
I would always tell Izzy, nah, I'm cool. Too long.
Yeah.
Nigga, when you start that shit and you get to the end,
you gotta do
and you get catch up to date, you'll be like, this is the end? Fuck. And now you have to wait every week. Now you have to wait every fucking week. You don't even
have to do it through the manga. You could just do it through the anime like Beam did it.
Yeah, that's what I did. I watched.
You don't even have to binge watch the entire thing, because Beam, like, he just went in straight up on a binge watch, bro. When I tell you I didn't talk to this man for a month, because he just went out straight up binge watch this shit. I'm like, dude, where you been at? He's like,
no, I remember. Yeah. I remember. Because I remember when he was first talking about he was going to watch it, but like, the thing is, though, it's just like I'm more of a person that likes to watch limited series like those like just very short and lengthy sort of episodes, because I don't know, it's just like my attention span as far as like characters like that, it just isn't like what it used to be.
Trust me, like there's no complicated character in One Piece. Like,
no, like I get it, but it's just
all
the
the
thing. It's
characters
just
are
like
not
it would
gonna be.
it would take me a long ass time for me to even catch up, because I don't binge watch stuff like that.
You don't have
you
to
don't
binge
have to
watch
watch.
it.
I was about to say you could say
one
it in bursts.
one
Yeah.
episode a day.
I just
like,
binged it
what-
because I was so like I was.
He
so
had, yeah, he
intrigued.
had free time at the time
Yeah.
when he binge watched it. But like you could just
It would be a while before I do that. Like, as much as I would like to, it's just one of those things where it's like I need to have the time and I need to have the attention span, because
right. All the
It's
shit is
like-
going on right now, and like it's not one of those important stuff that you must do at the moment.
yeah,
like-
because like that's the reason why I liked whatchamacallit, Fire Force so much. Is not just because of like the story, but like how short and simple it was, and it wasn't like we got like 600 episodes. I don't know.
Trust me, One Piece is short and simple in the same manner. The only difference between One Piece and Fire Force is One Piece just have like a continuous
For a
story.
long
going.
time.
continuous,
Yes.
and One
That's
Piece
the only
has been
difference,
going on
but,
for over 20
Like
years.
there's not like if you watch anime, or even if you're not an anime watcher, like One Piece story is like super simple to get into, because like none of like the complicated shit that we're talking about right now ever shows up in the first
and
few.
the first half, like before the time skip, it's
Right.
fairly straightforward.
Because
what's
like
going on.
you already know, bro, you already know how world building works. Like One Piece gradually walks you to world building. They don't like straight up smack everything in your face and tell you to figure that shit out. Like as the main character is learning about stuff, that's how you're learning about the world. So if he doesn't know shit in the world, your ass don't know shit of what's going on in the world either. So like it's just one of those things. When he learns shit, then when he learns stuff about the world, then you as a watcher / a reader learn about these things. So it's not gonna be any of those things where like information just come flying at you in one go right off the bat. It's something that you gradually develop with these characters. But like, yeah, you could take your time, man. One Piece is gonna go on for a while. So once you get in a good space where you got the time, then it's something that you could get into with like friends and family too, bro.
Yeah.
Because One Piece is just one of that story.
Yeah, and there's
anything, what I'd probably do is just like watch a YouTube video explaining everything that's going on. But like, that's the thing. You'll
be depriving yourself of the story
you have
from
to
doing
actually
that. Don't do that.
experience it.
You
Yeah,
actually have to experience
don't
that.
do it.
Yeah, don't do that.
Just do it when you have time. Like honestly,
Do it
too,
when you have time,
One
dude.
Piece is one of those series where like, how do I say this? Like, you know how like we talk about how they try to like shove things like virtual signaling or
social
things,
commentary.
commentary. Like One
your
Piece
face.
does that
One Piece does that.
effortlessly without it being
It does
cringe.
that without having to be cringy as fuck.
Yeah.
Like it is like something that naturally plays out with the story. Like, bro, like this entire world deals with slavery, racism, and a whole other bunch of like Nazi
classism.
shit.
Yeah,
like
it's
classism, a whole bunch of other like stuff that goes on in the real world. But like they don't shove that shit in your face. It's something that the characters in the world is built into that character.
Right.
And built into the world itself. So you don't feel like somebody just like, I see a lot of Black Lives Matter shit going on right now. I'm gonna just write this in my story all of a sudden. No. That shit is actually developing the One Piece world. You don't just have that shit come out of left field and just get smacked in your face and shit like that.
Exactly. Yeah.
I'll have to, at some point, maybe like somewhere down the line, I'll probably do it. But
yeah, man,
no, it's hard. It's hard getting into shit, to be honest. Like hard getting into like anime or getting into shows. Like I'm just the type of person, like if I don't jump on the train, like when it first gets on or first starts, like I don't have the speed to try to catch up. So
nah, like it's one of those things. Like I would say, like in another like 15 or 10 years or so, like you could just like sit down with your kids and like have it on your streaming device, and like it could be one of the pastimes you could like have with your kids, man. Like One Piece is gonna outlive like for a really long time. It's not gonna be like the Dragon Ball shit where it just keep reiterating nonsense to you, where like sometimes it pisses you off and sometimes shit is awesome. One Piece is just gonna be one of those like classic that is just there to like enjoy whenever you want to enjoy it.
True.
Because that story is just so deep. So like even years after it ends, like you could just go back and like binge watch the entire thing or like just watch it in snippets and still enjoy what you watch. Because like since like the story is always like stationed like in like whenever like it's stationed like in a, or should I say the setting is always in like an arc format. So like once you like watch the entire stuff, you could just like choose like one weekend and just like I just want to watch this arc of One Piece, and you know what episode this arc is. You could just go online and say, what arc does this episode run from and run from? So it's gonna be like from episode 1 to episode 25 is this arc. It's like, yep, I'm just gonna watch this arc. Just like kind of set it up in that manner, so you could watch like one arc every weekend.
Right.
Like so, and before you know, you can pretty much catch up. You know. Mm-hmm. So instead of like, obviously, when you watch one arc one weekend in when the transition to the next arc is happening, obviously now you're so fucking hooked on that shit. You may even want to try to continue watching it. But if you set it like that, where you just watch an arc every weekend, like you could pretty much catch up before you even know it.
Yeah, it's true.
On your free time.
It's true.
That's a lot of time. Yeah.
Bro, basically you already binge watch a lot of shows when they come on the Netflix. So if you were like really want to get into One Piece, you could just do it arc by arc. Like each like, and what's good about One Piece is like whatever arc you're watching, the story is self-contained within that arc. It's not gonna be something that is gonna have like, besides like few arcs that transition where they have to like leave that location and go to another location. Most of the arcs happens in that complete one setting. Until like the only time you see what the ramification of the arc of whatever is happening on that specific location is after the arc ends. Then you can see like the ramification of what they've done. Right. Happens like after, like in the prologue of the epilogue of the arc. Not, but everything is just self-contained.
And like we were saying too, some things are set up that don't have any payoff till like several arcs later.
Right.
So it's
it's just one of those. And also like another thing, like you know how we're used to in Dragon Ball where like every time a villain comes, somehow they have to top the previous villain, where like everything is war ending and world shattering and the earth is always in danger. That's not the kind of shit that One Piece does. Like,
yeah, I mean, I get that. Like, I understand like the power scaling and stuff, and like,
right. It's gradually working up. It's gradually working up to that. It's not just straight off the bat now. Like one villain show up and like the entire world is in danger, because that's how Dragon Ball has been from like the get-go. Especially when Z started, it's just been one villain coming up to destroy the world after the other.
I mean, the thing is with like Dragon Ball is like Dragon Ball Z, because I didn't really watch a lot of Dragon Ball, is that like
Dragon Ball stuff was self-contained.
No, it was
Dragon Ball was its own thing, but like Dragon Ball Z, like it had power scaling, but then they kind of got rid of it because that was the thing that they were trying to do to keep it balanced, where they had like the power scaling and they introduced that because they knew where it was gonna go. They got rid of it, but the thing is, though, is like it still made sense, like especially with like the Trunks arc or the Cell Saga, because the Cell Saga to me is at least one of the best ones on Dragon Ball Z. But it definitely changed in Dragon Ball Super because of the fact that it started to turn into like the Saturday morning cartoon where like the hero always wins, or there's only one character. Which did we talk about the manga chapter? We talked about it last week, because
we did.
The thing that irritated me the most last week is during that fight between Vegeta and Granola. Like, they established already that Granola isn't trained well. He's pretty much like Broly, except he can't adapt to his surroundings like that. So he should get his ass whooped he should have been gotten his ass whooped by Goku, just let alone. But the fact that they keep writing this thing where like he has to be powerful due to plot is what pissed me off, because they introduced a character transformation that is literally it's like a god ability, and he still end up getting he still got his face kicked in. I mean, he didn't necessarily lose, but like it shouldn't have been no contest right here. He just literally unlocked a Sharingan, and then all of a sudden he said, "Yeah, I can do it." Like
because now we are in the process where Vegeta is like talking about he's taking way too much damage and his body can't keep up. What the fuck is up with that shit?
Exactly. But the thing is the reason why I'm bringing this and I tie this to One Piece is because I hear you. Like I do know the story is definitely different. The reason I'm so reluctant is because the fact that it sounds like a lot that I'm supposed to remember. Like I know you say that it's not very convoluted and stuff like that.
It's not like, bro. Trust me.
Like most of the time you're gonna be watching One Piece and you're just gonna be laughing your ass off the entire time, because like half of the arcs is just filled with just comedy,
like feel good shit.
Feel good comedy,
and like, sometimes that shit is very sad and just fucked up shit.
Yeah, very emotional. Where you start like you feel like, especially once you start investing into the characters, you start feeling like the pain and emotions that they go through. But like most of the time, you're just gonna be spending your time laughing the entire time, because like I'm not gonna lie to you, the main character, that nigga's stupid as fuck. Like this nigga, like he's a nigga who was like fucking like spend his entire like, all right, let me explain one of like an event like in the beginning of One Piece that happened, right? This man is on a boat, right? On a rowboat in the middle of the fucking ocean, and see a big, and said he's hungry. See a fucking big ass bird flying in the sky, and he thinks it's a good idea to stretch because he has rubber ability. He thinks it's a good idea to stretch, grab the bird out of the sky, then bring it down in the boat, cook it, and eat it. But guess what? You think that shit works out that way? It's full when it's stretched. And guess what? The bird fucking is a carnivorous bird, so he'll grab that nigga and fucking try to eat him instead. Now his dumbass partner has to row the boat behind him and try to go and find a bird nest so they should rescue him, because his stupid ass self couldn't gauge between what's dangerous and what isn't dangerous. Like,
there's a lot of funny shit.
Jokes and stupid shit like that.
And I was reluctant too, like you were at first as well. Like, bro, I would tell you right now, a lot of this shit that I do remember, I mainly remember it because of the people I watch that do chapters. They're the ones that do the shit ton of research. I forget half of this shit, honestly, to be real with you. They go back and do research, and then I'm like, oh yeah, I do remember that, and I remember this, and I remember that. I just try to stay in the here and now of One Piece. When you're in an arc,
the here and now, it's just fucking fun. Yep, yeah. Just stay in that arc, man. Like it's just one of those things. Like I said, if you actually really want to get into One Piece, you don't have to like overanalyze that shit. Just enjoy arc by arc, and before you know it, you're gonna catch up anyway. But I just gotta warn you, it's really highly addictive as fuck. So once you like start doing it arc by arc, once the arc ends, now you just want to see what the hell happens next. So
yeah, we're not telling you no bullshit, have to like,
we're
not telling you no bullshit. One Piece is good, dude.
So
yeah, I'll give it a try. I'll give it a try at some point.
But yeah, just do it arc by arc, and it like if you have like a free time on the weekend, just do it arc by arc and see if you like it or not, man. And that's the only way I can recommend it to you, though. Just like arc from arc and stuff like that, and just like, you know, since we are all busy people, just like manage the time and like go on like on Google and shit, and just like search what is the first one, what episodes does the first One Piece arc runs through, because I know there are a few people who like actually catalog like the numbers of episodes that each arc runs for, so you can like schedule your time and manage it that way, watching it instead of just like going YOLO into it and just, you know, that way you can manage your time better.
I'm gonna check and see how many arcs. I know they got right now. It's on episode 909. Oh fuck!
Yeah. Yeah.
You don't look at the numbers, man.
Don't look at the
Oh
numbers because
my
it does look daunting. But I'm telling you, man.
Oh,
when
okay.
started,
Okay, so it's the sagas. Okay, so they got sagas.
Yeah, they got sagas. Yeah, it's just I mean, I say arc, but yeah, it's just it's just an arc.
Okay, so that's a little bit more digestible because I'm looking at that and there's like, it said five. It said, God damn, it said 6 arcs in a saga. Jesus Christ. No, I'll definitely check it out. Yeah, I mean, there's some things I gotta explain, but it's one of those like off mic things that kind of it interferes with it. So
right.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I get you.
But that's the best way I could recommend you to watch it, man. Just like divide it into like the arcs and just watch it in that manner. And but by the time you know it, if you like how we usually watch shows on the sometimes just binge watch shows on the weekend just to talk about it on the podcast. If you like divided arcs like that, before you know it, you're gonna catch up before you even know it. It's not even gonna be like it's gonna be like a no-brainer situation anyway, because we're busy people. So, and I'm pretty sure you have a good time management skill. So if you want to watch it like that, that's the best way to watch it. You just calculate how many episodes in each arc and just set your time around that.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
Well, in that case, then I'll go ahead and give it a try. I mean, I have nothing else to really say about this podcast. I mean, I was gonna mention the whole Kendrick Lamar thing. He did say that he was gonna release his last album on the TDE. I'm not sure if that means he's gonna like stop doing music or he's just gonna move on to some other stuff. He did release another song a couple days ago, might have been yesterday, called Family Ties. That shit slaps. Just know that he's still got that shit. Still got that shit in the palm of his hands.
Nigga never misses.
Yeah. And there was also like the Drake and Kanye stuff, but I'm not gonna even get into that. That's like a whole thing, and if you want to look at it, you can just look it up online because that shit is ever developing.
Right.
Yeah, because we've known about this shit. They're a little back and forth. We've been talking about that for a long time. You know, back when Kanye was getting triggered by devil emojis.
Well, I mean, it's just like
the devil emojis that Drake would send him.
Wait, why was this man sending him devil emojis anyway?
Because they have beef. That's why.
Yeah, they had like beef for like a while now, and like
it's honestly, Izzy, like the way I can explain it, like as far as I know, they've been having issues like ever since Drake pretty much came into the scene. Because like I think what ended up happening is like Kanye kind of, I don't want to say he was afraid of Drake, but he knew what Drake would become. I think that's what it really boiled down to. And then there was this friction, and then it's just been going on ever since then.
And then there's some speculation that Drake fucked Kim while they were still married too.
Yeah,
which I'm not gonna lie, I feel like that's real. I don't feel like that's cap. I feel like that's real. That seems like something Drake would do.
Yep.
And Kanye knows. And like, okay, I guess you're gonna get into a little bit, but like, Drake or Kanye released like, there's a screenshot where Kanye texted Drake this screenshot of the Joker, which is like, I shuddered because it was just so cringy.
Why does this man have his number anyway?
Bro, they all know each other because of the fact they always collab and stuff like that. Like they know each other. But like, the funny thing was the fact that he added Pusha T as soon as he sent this little threat. That was the funny part because of the fact that Pusha T stomped Drake into the ground when they had the little diss track beef going on. But it's just like he released this sort of cryptic thing. He said, "I live for this shit. I've been fucked by nerd ass jock niggas like you my whole life." That is an oxymoron right there. I've never heard of a nerd jock before. And then he said, "You'll never recover. I promise you." And you know, that sounds like a threat. And almost like if he wasn't in the rap game or music industry, someone would have took that as like an offense to like bodily harm. But yeah, he sent that, man. He like doxed Drake's address, which I mean, Drake's already made that public as far as where he lived at. And anyone who's stupid enough to think you're actually gonna run up on Drake at his house, you're dumb as fuck. Because Drake's 6 feet tall, and his goons are taller. So yeah, I wouldn't.
That nigga has some real live goons. Like I don't know if you see any of his people he keep around him. Yeah, I would not attempt. I wouldn't.
Bro, this man literally have freaking football players as his freaking bodyguards and friends and shit. So
yeah,
you don't want to be fucking around this man. You'll get fucking beat up.
Like I said, I would never mess with anyone who, for one, is taller than me, and then has the capital for people who are taller than me and can stomp you out. No. I'm not gonna do that. But this shit is funny. The event that happened, he had a second Donda event. The sound effect, because I heard it through like Clubhouse, and it sounded pretty nice. I'm looking forward to the Donda album. So, yeah. Sir. Oh, I want to tell you one last thing for you guys. Skate 4 got announced for PC.
Oh, bet.
Yeah, so I might get that on PC. I don't know. It depends on who gets what on what device. I'm the only friend in the entire friend group that doesn't have a PS5 right now. I mean, I'm in no rush to get it. But it's just like, yeah. Peasant. I mean, like I said, oh, you say peasant, but look who's catching dust.
That's funny.
You got a fucking Wally router over here collecting dust.
Router. That's funny.
I bet you know what? I bet you if Destiny 2 didn't have cross platform, that shit would not be in any interest of you at all.
No.
But I mean, I just don't want to pay $600 for it. I mean, I could get it right now.
And cross save is probably enabled in Destiny 2, by the way. So now you can like have your save and your cross play too. So now you can play with niggas on PC and like raid with people on PC now. So you don't have to like.
Yeah, that's
the thing. That's the thing that I don't want to do too. It's just like I don't want to be the one to wait to get all these haptic control feedbacks and 60 FPS or 120 FPS.
Right. I'm not gonna lie. Like I have not since I got my PS5. I have not gotten a single PS5 native game. At all.
Ghost of Tsushima is probably the only one that makes you want to get a PS5.
I got Ghost of Tsushima Director Cut. I upgraded my Spider-Man. Dude, those games are fucking...
But you guys already know the reason I haven't like gotten any.
I mean,
like...
we've been over this.
Right, so I'm not gonna like waste my time like over hashing that already. You already know the reason, so.
Yeah. But yeah, as far as that goes, it's a. I don't know. It's a up and down kind of week as far as like entertainment. A lot of bullshit, to be honest. Like this week kind of bummed.
There's a lot of hearsay. I'll say that. But I will also say this is our longest podcast ever. Can you guys take a guess on how long it is?
We're at
3 hours.
2 hours and 45 minutes.
Close. 51. We're almost. Almost 30. Yeah, it's just gonna be a very long one. But it's cool though. I mean, shit, we don't always do this long, so fuck it. I don't think it really matters.
We went a lot of tangent this time around.
Yeah, but I mean, I think that's a good thing though, because you know it just shows like we're getting better and better and better at talking and things. This is really just talking with the boys. Like this is all this is.
Right.
Because before it was kind of like we were trying hard to like do this and that. And now it's just kind of natural. It's organic. You know what I'm saying? So it's cool.
I got you.
It's cool.
Just flowing and just having a conversation. You know.
Exactly.
I mean, I'm guessing that's what people comes over here for, to hear our like ramblings about stuff that we like. So.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. But yeah, I have nothing else. I mean,
yeah, no, I'm straight.
All right.
Yep.
Well, you already know what it is. Episode 29. Thank you guys for listening. If you made it this far, this is a super long one. Comment, like, subscribe, share, do all that good shit. You already know what it is. And we will catch you guys later. Peace.
Later.